think we are.
I'm just in the mood to like chill and mine. That's what I'm here for today.
Mhm.
Chilling and mining.
Chilling and mining.
Oh, hello.
Mining, chilling and mining.
We've got an echo.
Now let's turn.
Okay.
Okay.
You should be able to see the
Oh, yeah.
stream.
Echo.
There we are.
There they are. That looks
In all
good.
our glory.
I had to. So OBS gets very upset about Zoom, or Zoom gets upset about OBS. I don't know which one it is. Do you remember all that trouble we had when you joined me on the 24-hour one?
Oh,
And
such trouble.
It would only show your camera view if I didn't select the OBS window. It's doing that again. Right, you going to do it? Yes, I think it is. Okay, good.
Yay.
Right, here we are. That was some admin for the beginning of the stream. Everyone gets to listen to
All
some
good streams start with a bit of admin.
Yeah.
I like how if anyone is coming to our streams regularly, that they're just watching my standard slowly slip. Now sat here in a hoodie with a blanket over me, looking at my phone.
Just
like, yeah.
Just
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
know, honey,
Life.
we've still got a banner at the bottom saying that it's benefiting Mind, which is not a bad thing.
Yeah, well, technically that campaign is ongoing.
Sure.
The campaigning never stops.
I know who donated some of that
The
extra
campaign
£20.
don't stop
Oh, yeah?
till Annie walks in. Don't
Elena.
stop, make it pop.
Oh, really? Elena Kerrigan?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Elena Kerrigan's
Elena.
here.
She didn't. No, she's not here. But she didn't manage to watch your stream. Because she has I think no longer a toddler. I think a
A full-grown
Child
adult.
now.
Human
Child
being.
now.
An adult.
But
Can
she
you
came
turn
on,
up
she
my
came on
headphones, baby?
afterwards to donate you
Amy and
money.
Tim are a little bit quiet for me.
Yeah. How's
Sorry, guys, I interrupted you. I was just telling Sam to turn you up.
How's that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hang on. Say some things, Amy and Tim.
Lustrous, luscious locks.
Oh, lovely. Thank you. Much better.
Delicious, but never malicious.
Oh God, Jesus Christ. Ingrid's here. Hi, Ingrid. Your little gem.
I'd love someone to say at my funeral that I was
Oh, I
delicious,
like this room.
but never malicious. But I can be malicious.
You're
Where are
often
you, Sam?
malicious.
I can.
Where are you?
Where am I?
Yeah, I'm gonna follow you around.
Running up and down the stairs
give an
like a hungry toddler.
So we should give an update on the house and then just like a plan for today. I guess.
Yeah, did we do it? What have we done? Did we do anything?
Well, let's have a check in on Maurice. Obviously, his sign still says
Sleeve him alone. Why does it say sleeve him alone?
Because you said leave him alone, but then said sleeve him alone.
Was
So-
I very sleep deprived?
Yeah, I think
Right.
you were. I think this was like kind of 8 o'clock in the morning.
You sleeve my boy alone. Bowie Tremaine.
Hello. No, don't come. You've let him out.
Ha 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 ha.
Oh
You've
my
let
goodness.
him out.
This is Maurice.
He's terrifying.
Yeah, he
Maurice
is.
the
isn't he?
haunted pumpkin snowman.
I need to
Come
get.
He's my stupid
Quickly.
teenage brother, and I hate him.
I wonder if you can put him on a lead. Yes, I can. Oh, that doesn't feel good.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh, he cuts out his nose.
Someone says,
Literally
"I
in
can't
his
believe this
head."
is happening again."
It's happening again.
He's free.
He's also so specifically will like go through that door like 1 pixel on
Yeah.
each side.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have nightmares about him tonight.
I
Oh,
changed that
Maurice.
sign once to say I let him out, and
Genuinely
Sam got
feel
very
my
upset, and he
heartbeat
was like,
rising.
"What have you done to him?" And then he went in there, and Maurice was still in there, and I was like, "Haha, fucking got you."
It was not funny because he's my precious son.
My precious,
Hey,
precious Sam.
Precious boy. Right, so what have we done? Hey, come here. Should we show everyone the Pussy Palace?
Come on.
Yes.
Okay, I'll
The
leave.
fabled Pussy Palace.
Oh, Tim, have you not seen the Pussy Palace?
No.
We've only heard reports.
heard tell.
Oh, okay, right, off we
Sure,
go.
we've
Babe,
heard
follow
tell.
Heard
me.
of the fable of the Pussy Palace.
Baby, you following me?
Yeah. I'm
Gather
behind
round
you.
villagers, let me tell thee of the Pussy
the
Palace, so
palace.
wondrous and free.
So
I wish
up,
I climbed ladders like that.
up,
I know,
yeah,
right?
up the ladder,
Whee!
across
Sam?
the swimming pool. Hello.
No, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
This is your pad, right?
Well-
you
This is
built it
my
and you
pad,
built it
actually.
all.
So-
Really.
Well,
And
no,
it's
this
your
is
pad.
this
Or
is
is it both pad?
it's Annie's world.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So who did the intense amount of building that makes me slightly uncomfortable?
yeah, that was Annie.
Oh, down there. Oh, yeah, that
Oh,
was.
Annie.
Come
this
with me.
this nightmare world
So
down
this,
here.
This is a sort of a 70s club where everyone does drugs. And then up here, babe, follow me. Up here, I was building this when I was supposed to be doing that safety awareness course, and I had them open on Zoom.
You maybe
and I was
shouldn't say
building.
that when you're streaming live
No.
on the.
I was listening, but I was also building at the same time. So this was the start of the for the Pussy Palace, and then
It's currently a pussy cupboard.
yeah, that was a pussy
I like the
shack.
windows.
Thank you very much. I like it too.
It feels very conservatoire.
I thought it was very conservative. I was like,
It's very conservative.
I don't think it is conservative, Amy.
This whole room, it makes me nervous. I know what you mean, Tim.
Yeah.
Nothing
then-
makes me nervous other than Maurice, who genuinely made my heart
Yeah, he made me
rate
nervous.
rise. I
And then
nearly
up
had to go take
here,
a beta
Tim,
blocker.
is Elsa's Shiny Pussy Palace,
Right.
which is basically just an
With a moat.
icy,
Yeah.
glassy
I hate that moat.
diamond room with a moat where all the lesbians can come and get up to their debauchery up here.
And sing Let It Go.
Yeah, because Elsa is a fierce lesbian and we all know it.
Sure. I mean, it's never addressed directly in the film, but it's implied.
never
it's,
not
It's
addressed.
implied. It's like Dumbledore being gay. It's like
Sure. What
We-
it's published in some tweets years later, and then some turfing.
Oh yeah, she did
I
turf it up a bit, didn't she?
I'll
Oh
definitely.
no,
avoid the turfing.
Elsa's a turf. Oh no! Oh
shit.
no!
So the stream's seen that. So let's go down the ladder. Let's go down the bedroom ladder, and then
Oh, did I go
Yeah,
down
I
the
mean-
ladder?
Let me just say, if the health and safety executive turned up and were like, "No, don't worry about the ladder of doom. I put a foot of water at the bottom of it, so it's okay." Not sure that's going through. I think you're getting railings installed at the very least.
At the least.
It depends
Elsa
what
says-
country that you were in. Because, in France, when we went up on the battlements and there was just like no railings
We went to San Malo,
whatsoever.
and San Malo's lovely, and they have some lovely old battlements, and the battlements have walls around
seen that.
sections of them that are around about like shin height,
Right.
and then 100-foot drop into rocks and sea, and they're
Great.
just like, "Please run with your children." And it's like,
We went to go on a pirate boat, which we ended up not being able to. Tim spent quite a lot of money for us to go and have a
I
meal
booked
on
it
this
like
boat.
a cruise, like an evening meal
And,
on a
like,
sailing ship.
Oh, dear.
Non-refundable.
Non-refundable.
And about 45 minutes before we went to go on this boat, I got a migraine.
Can you follow me,
Oh
babe?
shit.
And it was a really bad migraine as well because
I-
it took like 45 minutes to come on. And then I was like, no, it's fine, we'll go. And we had to get in this little dinghy and be like zoomed out, climb up the side of the ship.
Oh my
There was
god.
like ladder bits on the side of the ship. You have to climb up, get on, and then it's like moving. Like,
Oh shit.
and I was just like, no, if we stay here, especially if we have to go below to eat, I'm just gonna vom everywhere because I have a migraine right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the boat had to go pick up more people and then come back, and we had to be like, you need to take us back again. They were like, what?
Wait,
We
wait,
were like,
wait.
we've had our 2
Come on.
minutes on this
Yeah.
boat.
Yeah,
We'd
they've
like
had
to go
enough,
back
thanks.
to shore now.
There was a lot of like,
Um,
okay, this is one of those situations
Can
where
we? Sorry, Amy. I'm really sorry to interrupt you guys, but I wanted to highlight that we now have bees in our beehive,
We
which
do.
we didn't have on the last stream.
We did. We.
Bees,
I
baby!
I do care
love-
for your plight, my love, but I just
love
wanted
how
to, we
those
were just
cows are
standing in the
moving.
beehive, like just
they're
waiting.
great, aren't they?
So this is our.
beehive.
Can you not shut me? Can you stop?
I really
it?
promise, Annie, that I'm not walking off in a huff. I just need the toilet.
I'm
Yeah,
She
done.
Annie.
doesn't want to hear my story.
I do want to
Can't
hear your
believe he
story.
does
I
that.
also
It's
want
okay, I
to go
have
through the
therapy
chat
tomorrow.
and see what everyone's up to.
Yeah. Summer Pudding said the club has everything.
A feeling of impending
feeling
doom.
of impending doom.
Reese
It
Metra
certainly
says
does.
Elsa says trans rights. Anna is trans. No turfs allowed. Bees, excellent. So square and effervescent. Thank you, Indrid. So I think the thing that
Bees.
we've been doing. Oh, Tim will enjoy this. The thing that we've been doing the most since the 24-hour stream, and by
Sure.
the way, it took us a good few days for us to fully recover from that. And
Oh,
thank
yeah.
you so much, everyone, for
Yeah,
joining
it
us.
was amazing.
And all the donations that you made. The thing that we've just been doing some chill streams on, well, chill gaming time on our own, and we've just been doing some gentle colonialism, haven't we, love?
We have been. We have
gentle.
just low. Zalia Chimera says
level.
it was a fun stream. It was a fun stream. It was.
Aw, thank you.
I loved it. It was
It was the best.
a nightmare,
Sam,
a
I was
hellish
gonna say, you say you
hellscape.
loved it. I did look in sort of towards the end. Didn't seem like you were loving it, Sam. Didn't seem like you were loving it.
There were points where I was like,
What's
about
his life?
18 hours in, I was like, I've made a huge mistake.
Can we go and show them our colonialism? please?
Yeah, let's go.
Thank you.
Yeah, please.
I
Tim
did
will
Does this
enjoy it. Tim
involve
likes being
some-
a colonialism.
I don't know about that.
I'm off. Okay, I can
You know
read
what
chat
Tim
while
loves?
the train's going. 1 second. Oh yes, what does Tim love?
What's Tim?
colonialism. You know, I just really feel that people shouldn't govern their own countries. I think I should do it. because I'm
What does
history's
chat
greatest
say
monster.
while we're on the train? Honestly, same. It was very, very fun. You're such a company. Oh no, you guys. I mean,
yeah,
we
you
wouldn't
guys
be,
are amazing
we
company.
wouldn't be doing it without you guys being here. Like without, when before the 24-hour live stream, we were streaming a little bit, but it was literally just us talking to nobody, and it did feel a bit like, oh fuck, it's a bit pointless. So the fact that even we've got one person watching us suddenly just brings a whole new breath of life into the stream, doesn't it? It's like, it's so honestly, it couldn't happen without you guys.
And
we
indeed,
love.
it shouldn't happen without you guys.
Well,
If it
yes,
does
yeah.
If it does happen without you guys, then something's gone terribly wrong
Yeah.
in our lives.
Yeah, that
we
was-
need to be assessed in some way.
So me and Tim and Amy and I and Sam, we all went to the park together today. We broke out, well, not broke lockdown because we were maintaining social distancing, but we saw each other in person for the first time.
It was
today.
almost normal.
I know. So
It wasn't entirely normal, but it was
very
almost.
It was getting there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Park,
it was
having
nice. We went to the
fun. I
I
park,
kept
we
sort
took-
of having to remind
dog.
myself. There were points where I was like, oh no, wait, I can't go near people. Oh no, shit.
I did a lot of backing away from you absent-mindedly because you were like,
Yes.
"Hey Tim, take this," and I was like, well, "I'm just gonna rapidly run away from you."
I
Sam."
know.
Babe,
And
I
I
opened
could
the
see you
door.
reassess and be like,
I
"Oh,
was
yeah,
like,
social
every
distancing."
time.
I opened the door, but the
Bongo,
pig
my
hasn't
guts. Bong, 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 bong.
left. I left the door
Um,
open while we were gone, and the pig hasn't left.
The pig loves his job. There's a
Oh,
so we
yes.
built a train station.
Oh yeah. Well,
Okay.
the railway was
Baguettes.
here.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Please look at these signs.
There's a upper crust because it's a train station, so there's an upper crust, right?
That's the only place they are. Baguettes, 5
Where-
emeralds. Get and drink, 8 emeralds.
It's a lot.
Also, that lines up so it's like upper 5 emeralds. No, you can have an upper baguette for 5 emeralds, or you can have a crust baguette and drink for 8 emeralds.
Yeah.
Nice.
And there's the
Multi-switch
departures
watching.
up here. 2/3 of the trains are delayed.
Because we live in
Um,
Brighton. I shut the door now, but we left
There's
the door open.
the ticket office with a pig.
With a pig
This is not a comment on like
on train staff.
Train-
who are
train
essential
staff.
workers in the current
Yeah.
crisis and doing their best under tricky
and I've
circumstances.
represented.
And you put a pig in there. You monster.
I just feel really bad. I just suddenly realised what I did.
Someone said that the stream was so fun, but also it was so cursed.
It was very.
It was
good.
very
Always very
cursed.
Yeah.
By an evil warlock.
Come and have a look at our. Come and have a look at our house
This is
and
the
the
house
sign
that Annie built.
that's on it.
What does the sign say?
It's just like the house that Jack
Oh.
built.
I'll just leave it on this. This will be the slogan for the stream.
Colonialism or die.
Oh, you know what? It should be or/and because they're both options. I mean, ask the Belgian Congo if no one else.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
That's right. I brought it up because you're bastards.
Jesus.
Hear that?
So this is our house. I made it in creative mode. Don't come for me.
What does that mean?
So you can. So right now we're in survival mode where we have to mine for resources, but in creative mode you have all the access to all the resources, and you can.
Oh, it's
yeah,
sandbox.
so like a free build, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure. So you cheated. Okay. Understood.
basically.
Cheating. This is my industrial wheat farm.
Sure.
I love.
Where are the indentured workers? It's not colonialism without
I've-
Well,
indentured
we
workers.
don't need any. Because
I don't need any disgusting workers. I've got a lever that I pull,
Because I've got a lever.
and then the
Okay,
lever.
so it's
Goes to the
Right.
back of the garden, flips a lever, nothing happens, ever goes, just pretend
Automation.
that it's okay.
And it just
What?
like plows through the.
It plows through, knocks all the wheat
Who's
off.
doing the ploughing?
Okay. Look, I know
I
that
feel like
works.
I saw a fish somewhere there.
Is there a fish in there, Sam?
There might be. Who knows?
The thing is,
It's
I know that
very
works
possible.
with cranberries, but I don't think it works with wheat. I
It
don't think
works
you can just
with
flood your wheat.
Everything.
No.
I've got
I'm hot.
some
is
and I
it?
need
wheat,
to
but
remember not to take
mostly
my hoodie off.
seeds. Did you have a nice wee, Amy?
I did. I then went and cut my toenails because
Wow.
I got distracted.
Nice.
We are on a stream, and you were like, "Let me just take a moment to cut my toenails."
Yeah, my
No, it's
toenails
just-
are
'Cause I'm a
raggedy Ann.
professional.
I check my toenail length when I am on the toilet
Wow.
because that's a time when I can sit and contemplate my feet.
So we're all learning a lot.
So, you know,
Oh,
happens.
brilliant. Everyone's like so valid.
I can
So
sit
valid.
and contemplate my feet.
I've never seen enough
and then I was
crust
like,
outside
I
of a train
could go
station.
back on the stream and cut these later, but I might forget, and I am
And that would
not
be
comfortable
awful.
with that.
That would be
So
awful.
therefore, I am gonna go and cut them now.
One
Good
of
for
my
you.
very best friends, by the way, I put all of the stuff that was in the chest into my inventory, into the chest.
Okay.
One of my very best friends and I used to, when we both lived in London, well, I lived in North London, he still does. We used to stay over each other's houses quite a lot. And one time we had a weird habit of, even though he's a homosexual man and I was at the time a heterosexual woman, he
As was the fashion of the day.
and I, as was the fashion of 2012, we used to have a weird habit of play fighting with each other before we went to sleep. ADHD, yes. So we used to play wrestle before we went to sleep. This is Callum, by the way, just so you know. And one day I managed to, I think, almost break his skin with one of my toenails. And ever since then, he was absolutely adamant that whenever I came round, I had to have cut my toenails first.
Yeah.
Because I
yeah,
had like
I mean,
a jagged
Fair.
edge, and I broke his nearly broke his
I
skin.
mean,
And
Tim, you sound appalled, but have you seen your own toenails?
yes, but I keep them largely to myself. You know, I don't attack other
You-
people with them like blades.
You say that, but you are a nightmare for touching my feet with your feet in bed, and I'm not okay with it.
Touching your little foot snuggles. Is that
Graham.
so
Feet
wrong?
should not touch other
Is that
feet.
so wrong?
You are
Should
wrong.
not touch. She's such a foot separatist.
We actually
Yeah.
probably
And-
our feet are probably the only thing that touch when we're asleep, because I can't bear to touch Sam in any other way when we're in bed, basically.
Hear that?
Well, it's nice to know that the romance
That
isn't
sounds
dead.
great.
We just sort of touch feet as a sort of affectionate
Reassurance.
act.
Can't
I-
Yeah.
Like when, like
I'm a
that chimps
warm
hug
boy.
thing that they do.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
Oh
no,
otters
God, we
holding
don't hear
hands.
enough about feet in Stella Firma, says Reese Symmetra.
no,
Oh,
no,
that
no.
is
You
true.
got to keep it up. Why have you got one square of light soil?
I don't know.
Because Annie jumps up and down on it, so that is tilled soil
No,
that
I
hasn't.
didn't.
Uh,
I did not.
okay.
How dare you?
How dare you
didn't.
suggest I do such a thing? I went really Welsh then as well, didn't I?
How?
No, I didn't.
No, I didn't.
I didn't.
Don't say
Annie,
that.
Annie, say Tim's surname.
Meredith.
Yeah,
Meredith?
like Meridian. Sure.
Meredith?
Yeah, I mean, it's
Meredith.
wrong.
Meredith.
Meredith.
Mered.
Du-du-du-du.
Meredith.
Meredith. Yeah, there you go. Meredith.
Meredith.
Yes.
Got it in 9.
I can't say. So chat doesn't know this. In joke amongst me and Tim and Amy and Sam is that I can't say Tim's surname because
Because you
I'm
go
Welsh.
super Welsh on it, and then
Yeah.
you forget which way is the right way.
Because
Yeah.
my name
you
is
thought about it too many
my
times.
name is Welsh, but none of my family have lived in Wales
Poor
for,
Annie,
for,
says
for a
Matty.
while.
Thank you, Matty.
And so it's Meredith, even though you know what? Arguably, it should be Meredith.
Meredith,
Meredith.
because that's how you say
Meredith.
it.
I mean, you know what? That does sound nicer, and I do like the fact that
Sounds
you say
nice
it like
and
that.
gentle.
It's lyrical,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, can I
Yeah.
make a request, Sam? Can we... Okay, so we've shown them the farm.
Yeah, I
We'll
was
show-
absently replanting the farm
Let's
there.
Yeah,
show
I mean,
them the
this isn't
shed.
colonialism. This
Yeah.
is
This is just
colonialism.
farming. This is agriculture.
So basically, we found this village. It was the nearest village. Can you follow me around so I can
Yeah.
have a
I
talk?
didn't realise there were villages in Minecraft.
Yeah.
I had them in a
Um,
few versions ago.
So, what? Matty says, I heard that on Contrived Insufferable. I was listening today. Oh, Matty was listening to the podcast. That's really sweet.
You must
So-
have heard Churchill then, Matty.
Oh my
At this
god.
moment.
You shut up your own self, Churchill.
Shut up your own self, Jack.
Anyway, we found this village and we basically, it was all lovely and they were having a great time. And then we came and kind of leveled everything out and made houses and
Yeah, didn't
like,
ask them,
kind of
yeah.
didn't
Did not
ask
ask
them.
them.
Yeah, I think we made it lovely, but Sam was like, "This is colonialism," and I was like, "Oh, okay." So
But it's lovely colonialism.
we've done lovely colonialism on this little village, but I think that's good for now. What I would
It's
like
the loveliest of war crimes.
what I would like to do is go back to our
Some
house,
military
and I would
action.
like to go to our new chasm and do some chill mining. Can we do some
Yeah.
mining? Yeah. So we found a new chasm. Where's my
It's a new
Minecraft?
chasm.
I
I don't know
picked
if you
them
know
up
about
now.
it. It's new.
Yeah, it's brand new. Right, off I go.
Um,
Bye. Yeah, so we were pissing around last night and we did some nether portal roulette where you just make a portal inside the nether and then you go back into the overworld.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Sounds
overworld, yeah.
like such an
Somewhere else
innuendo.
really far away. So we went there
Yeah.
and then we found a really massive chasm of nice
The
materials.
innuendos keep on coming.
And I was like, I just want to go there and just hack away and get some XP points and just chill and kick back my
chill it.
dudes on a Sunday.
I got a pet. Why did I get a pet? Was it just a nice pet?
It's just nice. It's been nice.
Aw.
Chat. Colonialism detected. Security uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Just colonial
Well-
things. Cutesy face.
I mean, to be fair, the people of Stella Firma, I think, like they're well on board with colonialism.
Yeah, you do it on like a planetary scale.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you like our
we
little
just-
train, Amy?
I
Have you
like
seen
this
the train?
ride.
The train's
yeah,
great.
it's cute, isn't it?
This is
Come
fun.
on.
Colonialism. Risa Metra says colonialism mood board.
Just colonialism things.
Just like
And
colours, themes, any music that just reminds you of the feeling of
Was that a
colonialism.
ship?
Yeah.
What is that big thing
where?
up
Was
thing
it
on
just
your
a
left?
rock?
So the thing on the left is our mountain, it's our home.
Wait,
Oh, it's a
hang on.
mountain.
A nice mountain girl.
I'm a nice mountain girl.
Ah, good Shaggy quote.
Sorry, it's a quote from a Shaggy
Oh, is
song.
it? Oh.
It's the best Shaggy song that I used to have on my iPod when
Gonna
I was
give
at
you a
uni,
mountain. A
when
nice
my mental health
mountain.
was really bad, and I just walked through Nottingham listening to really bad Shaggy songs.
Nice.
Gonna
Nice.
Which is to
buy you
say,
a mountain,
Shaggy song.
a
Any Shaggy
nice
song.
mountain girl, not just any mountain.
A
Was
nice
it Shaggy who he got given his record deal? They gave him a $2 million advance, and he disappeared.
Sounds like Shaggy.
Sounds like
And
Shaggy.
then
It
he
wasn't
came
me.
back. He ran out of money because he spent it all on weed. He came back and he went, "Sorry, I ran off." And they were like, "It's okay, just make us the album." So he made the album,
What?
released it. They gave him another $2 million for the next album, and he did it again.
It did, yeah.
What are these animals?
But they got their
Um,
album.
Yeah.
eventually.
Right, we need to prep for. I feel like I'm being the
They're
party pooper
terrifying.
in a lot
What
of
are
this a lot.
they?
Not at all.
But can we get ready to go on an adventure?
Yeah, I'll just show them the sheep. Show
Oh,
Tim
yeah.
and Amy the sheep. Yeah, this
Colour-coded
is.
sheep.
Can I
Why
colour?
are they different colours?
So
Why
you
not?
can dye their wool. If you get a sheep and you hit it
Okay,
with
so
coloured
you dye
dye
it while it's on the sheep.
while it's on the
right?
sheep, and
Yeah, you
then
should throw dye at the
shear it
animal.
off
and then when it regrows,
dye it.
it's still that colour. It's
That
like
doesn't
you
work.
permanently change.
You, hang on, that's like gene editing.
Yeah,
using
exactly.
CRISPR.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's not what dye is. You
You
change.
gene-
You've
I
acted
find
God.
their
Permanently
faces
scarred an animal.
terrifying.
What's
Yeah.
wrong with their faces and their weird outward-facing eyes
They're-
to make them look like going? Ah.
It's
Uh,
the lips, I think.
I think yeah, they're sort of lip nose. It's not very clear. In 8
Yeah.
pixels, trying to make
Yeah.
the shape of a face, a sheep face.
You
And
know,
the weird sort of like, I was gonna say lamb chops because that's what they are, but mutton chops. That's what I mean.
the little sideburns, side
Yeah.
whiskers. Yes, they don't-
Aw, little
they don't
lamb
like-
chops.
They don't like it when you call them that.
I had a bunch of lime-coloured sheep in this pen, and they've disappeared. So
I don't know, honestly. I don't know where they've gone. Sam
I
always looks
suggest
to me
sheep
whenever his
rustlers.
animals
I
go
think it's
missing because I'm a bit of an animal murderer. in
limey
this game.
sheep rustlers.
You're an animal. You're Annie. You're an animal murderer.
Yeah, I know.
She is in this game. She is not very
and
vegetarian
planks.
in Minecraft.
So Annie,
sheep
this is
horizontal
your
pupils?
filing system, correct?
Oh yes, can we show Tim and Amy the
It's
filing system?
intense.
It's a
Yeah.
lot, isn't it?
There's
Can
a lot.
you? So we have over here. The chat has already seen this, but I feel Tim and Amy need to see the extent
yeah.
of my madness. So this is our drop chest where we kind of come in and when we do missions and like raids and that kind of stuff, and then we come home and we just drop everything in there so that Annie
It's
can
an
organise
in
it.
tray.
Basically,
Mhm.
yeah, it's an in tray, so Annie can organise it. Alchemy is in there. Yeah, everything is beautifully organised. You can open the chest if you want, my love. Everything's
Thank you.
beautifully organised with labels. It's all gorgeous. And then we have a chest over here for enchanting stuff because this is where we enchant things. Not that it's just enchanting, but I mean, I guess some lapis is pretty adorable.
But the most
Is that
important
just
thing over here is this
Just a little
pumpkin.
buzzsaw over there.
Yeah. Is there just a blade, an open blade?
There
sitting in
is.
the corner?
There's a stone
That's
cutter
not
in the
safe.
corner. It's not
That's
safe
like
at all.
that looks like
No,
a
you can
spare
just-
head.
You can just
from
jump up
Marie
and down on
Kondo.
it. You can just be like bloop bloop bloop, jumping on the circular saw.
On the circular saw.
Adam Savage would not approve.
No.
No, he
Adam
wouldn't.
Savage would not approve at all.
Oh, Trexel Geisman's
Oh, I need
here.
to move back a bit.
Hello.
Hey,
What?
Trexel.
Not
Okay.
you, Trexel Geisman, the person
Now,
who has the username Trexel
The person
Geisman.
using the username Trexel Geisman, you do realise you've been endowed with a great responsibility because if you go onto streams where I'm not present, people won't necessarily know it's not me.
However,
So-
on the mine stream, the person with the name Trexel Geisman donated like £100.
I mean,
so
that's
we
what I'm
kind
saying.
of let them
That
do
was
whatever
yeah,
they
no,
wanted
that
on
was
that
them.
one.
Yeah, that was
That's
them.
and that's wonderful and that's lovely. Just what I'm saying is, please don't say anything legally actionable and then claim it was me. I don't want to enter that. Maurice, get back in there. I don't want to. Sorry. So the
The way he turns round.
so the stream knows we're watching along on the stream, so we are commenting on things like 6 seconds late.
I don't know.
Hey,
I know that I can't read from here.
No fire golems allowed.
yeah, and then
I
Annie.
was trying to
knocked
read
my
the
sign
chat,
off the
but
wall.
I can't see it from here at all.
There you go.
He's that Trexel.
Oh no, Drexel Geisman has
Bitches
framed me
ain't
for
shit.
tax fraud several times. I hope this is okay. Well, I mean, given that HMRC does not know me under the name of Trexel Geisman, I think I might be able to.
That's fine.
Why does it say bitches ain't shit? I'm not sure I like this. What?
I
what
didn't
does
like
say?
it either.
Oh, Annie wrote it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I wouldn't have
suppose-
written that.
What?
Is that? Is
You just
this
given me the
feminism?
sign though, so
I don't know.
What it means is female dogs are not
Poop.
poop.
I understand. Okay.
We like
What?
female dogs.
I'm looking forward to what Annie's going to write now.
She has written, I'll let the stream catch up and everyone can
Maurice's
read it.
poop.
I am
Yeah.
so fucking funny.
Oh, fuck.
You're Flanny.
I'm flucky. I've framed you for tax fraud several times and taking everything Trexel Geisman says is still a fair canon. You should him IRL. I don't know what. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
What? Sam, no, not okay.
Well,
not
I mean,
okay.
Wow.
the evidence would suggest.
Wow.
I mean, we've seen your colonial
I'm
paradise,
just gonna
and
look at my phone. for a
No.
while.
I have changed the sign to say not.
Don't
fucking
pause
okay.
it. I have changed, Danny.
I have changed.
I'm not a racist anymore. I
I
have
have
changed.
changed.
I have
there
changed
were-
the sign to.
There were
not
times in my
okay.
past when I said things that I'm unhappy with, but now I have learned.
I saw a great technique for getting out of having said something objectionable. Ow, she's
Okay.
literally punching me.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, you
in-
did call her a racist on a sign.
That's fair. Where the streamer, she was saying how it's selfish of people to not donate to streamers.
Yeah,
because,
that seems like a cool thing to say.
yeah, and people were like, well, and I've just been laid off work, so I don't really have a lot of spare money. And she was like, if you're so irresponsible with your money, then that's your own problem. Which is like,
Who said that?
This some streamer. She was sort of
Ew.
apparently baiting controversy to get clickbait. But anyway,
Everyone
and then her
loves a
apology
beta.
was amazing. It was, oh, the things I said were not my opinion. I said things which I did not believe. I'm sorry. Why did
Yeah.
you say them then?
I didn't mean to kill them.
Yeah.
I just did it because I thought it would be good. So
At
cool,
the
really
time,
cool.
but actually I realised that people didn't like it. So
Right, can we
I
get
don't
ready to
wanna
go
say it
and
anymore.
mine now, please?
yes, let's go.
Instead of
Let's
you're
get
dicking around.
let's get
Yeah.
really.
Come on,
Come on, Sam. Stop pissing about.
I've written.
come on, Sam.
Can you go and just have a quick look at the sign and just see what I've written, just so I can let you know how I feel about the situation.
Oh dear.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look.
It says.
Still sore.
Not fucking.
Not okay. Not okay. I want to make that incredibly clear. Right, what do we need for an adventure?
We need for an adventure. We need to look
Go
in
to
the
our
Adventure Time
chest.
chest.
Ooh! I made
Adventure
1,000
Come on,
torches.
grab your friends off to very distant
Uh,
lands with Jake the dog and Finn the human.
So Bailey was with us today, stream,
Oh,
and
Wasn't he just?
he was so with us. He was such. a
Bailey's
good boy.
out,
He only tried to hump me a couple of times.
getting his wang out in the park like dogs do, living life, you know.
Yeah, he did. He had a
Mhm.
full-on boner when Amy was petting him. He was just living as.
I mean, we all sympathise with that.
We only had to fetch him back from 2 dogs that he would not leave alone. The rest he walked up to and then
Came back.
decided that he didn't know how to dog and left.
How do I dog? I don't know how to dog.
He's such a good boy. And then, so we were dropping him off home. No Bailey IRL today, I'm afraid. But
No,
So
he was
show us
very,
Bailey,
very
pics where it didn't
kindly
happen.
lent
Yeah.
Amy's
us
got some.
Yeah.
Amy's
by
got some
his
pictures.
mama.
yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah. Hang on, I might be able to hold
got
one up
some
to the
Bailey,
camera.
get some Bailey pics. So we were dropping him off, and we were just chatting with his owner Anna.
Oh god.
And a sausage dog walked past, the cutest, tiniest little sausage dog you've ever seen. And Bailey went completely berserk
Obviously.
and
Sure.
like lunged at this dog in his excited frenzy. And the dog like freaked out, obviously, because a dog 10 times the size of it.
Yeah. It's
Oh.
like if the sun turned around and said, "Hi."
He'd be like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So that was an embarrassing conversation with the owner, going like, "I'm really sorry."
But she was like, "Well, he's
best bit
he's the
was-
same. Like he gave as good as he got, or the dog, I don't know why. She gave as good as she got, and it was like the thing that shocked me the most. Obviously, there's just the speed of it and the barking, but also then like the fact that the owner lifted the sausage dog up by its harness, and it kind of like fucking flew up through the air, and I didn't realize that it was on a harness. I thought it was just on a collar, so I was like, "Oh my god, she's strangling this dog." So then I started panicking, just like, "Oh my god, what's going on?" Then realized that she was holding it and laughing, and she was like, "It's okay, don't worry, it's okay." And then we were like, "Oh my god, they're just really excited." And she was like, "She's the same, don't worry." It was a very stressful
The best bit
3 minutes.
was when we were all sat in the park and there was this massive, great big bulldog.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember the name of it.
Aussie.
Aussie.
And Ozzy plodded. No, Bailey ran over to Ozzy and then decided very quickly that he was scared of Ozzy.
Yeah, he was much too scared.
Despite the fact that Ozzy could only move at like half a
Ozzy
mile
had a
an
real
hour.
like dum 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 dum.
And he had this big, happy, slobbery face.
Jowl.
And he plodded his way over and just kept coming up to Bailey and being like, "Friend." And Bailey was like climbing into Sam's lap, like, "No, no."
Not friend. I've got a lovely Bailey picture.
Oh, look at that boy.
I have no idea if this is lining
Yeah,
up.
no, it's coming. It's focusing. Yeah.
Bailey.
Look at that good boy.
He had a good
Good boy.
day.
Happy boy.
He cheered me up.
That's a
Um,
good
Let me
picture,
see the
Amy.
picture.
Right, we've got.
Yeah,
I
we
took
have
this
no.
picture.
Sorry, no Bailey cam this evening, I'm afraid. But shall we?
Yeah.
Shall
Boy
we
with his tiny eyes.
teleport?
Have you got the
Adventure
got the
onwards.
I was
cords?
what I was gonna say is, shall we break the news to stream about our new arrival?
Oh, a possible new arrival.
Possible new
Oh.
arrival.
I'm not pregnant. Don't worry.
No, I am. Sorry.
Tim's
Not
pregnant
What?
with Annie's.
Yes.
Annie injected her eggs into his brain.
Tell them. Babe.
We're not sure how the actual birthing will work, but we imagine it will involve my death.
I
Yeah,
enjoy the conversation
presumably.
thinking about Annie's organisation in Minecraft, that if me and Sam lived together and Annie and Tim lived together, me and Sam would live in a pigsty.
Yeah, a pit, just
and
a
Annie
pit
and
in the
Tim
ground.
would live in the cleanest house that's ever existed.
But Annie, you're about to announce big news,
Yes.
and then we
Yes.
just started talking shit.
I have brought some planks, by the way. Oh, I haven't brought planks. I forgot.
That's the
That's
big
the new
news.
arrival.
No, sorry. Thank you so
Planks.
much. Our new arrival is here.
Yes.
Sam and I are hopefully getting a puppy very soon. He is 22 weeks old, and he's in Romania, we think, right now. And
He's a fugitive on run from the international justice
he's
system.
running from the law, and we are waiting to have a virtual home check from the rescue. Adopt, don't shop, obviously. So we can have our little bundle of joy home with us. So
He's
hopefully
very
that'll
cute.
happen
We've seen a picture.
tomorrow. Eastern European mob boss puppy. Puppy,
so-
puppy. Everyone's like, puppy, oh my god, yes, mob boss puppy. Crime puppy,
Crime
says
puppy.
Shake Shoes
Yeah,
to go.
what crimes do puppies commit?
Yeah,
So
dogs.
I needed to mark this. We found this chasm. I needed to mark it properly, so I built a big
So
stone.
You're talking
cock and
about a
balls.
chasm. I'm just seeing you're clearing some snow. What's going
Well,
on?
there's a big cock and balls that I built.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where's
Yeah, I can see that, Sam. Where's the chasm though? Because
Okay, let's go and show them the chasm.
Here's. You want
Where's-
some chasm? You want
Yeah.
chasm?
show me a chasm.
Actually, I'll put you in creative mode and you can fly over it.
Whoa! It's so chasmatic.
There you go. You can
Um,
fly over it.
And he's put me in
Right on
creative.
the edge. Be careful.
I can fly. Anna's put me in creative mode.
You're
so
so worried, Tim. Right on
I
the
am.
edge. Be careful, Sam.
I don't want to be in
Sam.
creative.
Sweet.
I want to be in.
So hang on a minute. How can you? So can you set it up so that you can just switch your game into creative mode?
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
doesn't-
Yeah.
It doesn't like. Because I'm guessing it's very much a game of, well, you play it how you want to play it, so it's
Pretty
not like,
much.
oh, you can, but you won't get any achievements.
Yeah, that's. I
I'm gonna
don't
make a base,
think
honey,
you
while
can
you're
get.
talking and doing.
I don't
things.
think you can get achievements, but you. I do most things, almost everything. I generally do in survival, just because
Just give it a
kind
free
of.
zone of danger.
Oh my god! Everyone's saying no
Yeah.
room for snacks. Oh my god! What's happening?
What?
The chat has gone absolutely mad, saying no room for snacks.
What does this mean?
What
What's
does this
happening? Who are all
mean?
these people?
Hang
We're
on, we've
raiding.
gotta scroll
Oh my
up.
god! We've been raided.
We've been raided. There's no room for snacks.
No room for
There's no room for
snacks.
snacks.
Oh
Guys, there's
my
no room for
God.
snacks.
We've got 318
380.
people in here. Ah!
I'm in my pajamas, guy.
How will we store all their snacks?
Right, hang on. Please turn chat on slow. How do I do that?
Right.
It's raining.
What
Who
the
did
fuck?
raid?
From?
This is mad. Hello, everyone. That's a
What
cool
raid? Who
chasm.
raid?
Everyone's
Who
like,
raid?
ah, cute. Everyone, like, I'm just piss crimes, puppy laundry.
Everyone is just posting no room for snacks.
Why is there no room for snacks? I'm very excited.
Oh, it's Johnny Big Streams. It's old Johnny Big
Johnny
Streams.
Big Stream. Well, we can't be mad at him.
Oh, yeah, I fucking can.
What?
Johnny
we
Big
have
Streams.
35 people here.
Oh, Johnny Big Streams. He
Do
fucking...
Annie and Sam know who Johnny Big Streams
He
is?
turns up, he throws his weight around, thinking he's the big man. Oh, big man!
Big
Cheeky little
man, big
Big
man.
man, big boy
That's it.
man. Big boy man, he's a big boy
he's a
man.
big boy man.
I
Yes.
just
As an
want to point
explanation,
out, if
no
we've
room
just
for
been
snacks
raided,
is a
there are
description
no
Sasha
mods in the
gave of
chat,
board game
probably,
boxes
so
that are
you
well
have
packed.
to look
Yeah.
after yourselves.
Johnny and Sasha raid. Hello, everyone. Ah, Johnny Big Stream sends his regards. Mr. Horror Big Block sends his regards. Oh my God, what is
Do
happening?
you guys know
That
Johnny?
sounds really
'Cause-
threatening.
No, no.
Because I'm assuming this is because we're hosting Contrived and Tuffle's channel through our channel.
Oh,
and I'm
right,
assuming
yes.
that they've seen that we've gone live. And I think
Ah.
he's just finished streaming for the evening because he's streaming Control. I wanted to stream Control.
you know,
but he's
Johnny
streaming
Johnny
Control.
has a bedtime.
Oh
He's
my
got a
God, Annie
bedtime.
knows about it. Oh, Big Man's here. Oh, Big Man's
Big
cool.
Man.
Oh.
It's
I
one
think
of the
this
best.
is because we found it out from Ben, didn't we?
From what now? Who now?
Ben.
Oh yeah, Ben. Because it was to do with some Lonely Eyes content, some
Oh
Magnus
my God.
Archives
You
fanfic.
guys are amazing. This is hilarious. How funny. I
So
love
join
being
us
raided.
on-
Being raided is the best thing in the whole world. Ah,
So hey people, turn up for some no context fun.
yeah,
As
right. Let's just
As
go
we just dick
here.
around in Minecraft.
Welcome to Minecraft. What are
Hey.
you doing? Are you
Minecraft.
mining?
I'm making a.
He's
ladder.
cooling down the side like he's pissing Spider-Man.
I am pissing. I piss on
I
Spider-Man.
thought you was talking about Johnny then.
Yeah, pissing Spider-Man. I call him.
Spider-Man is going to be my
I piss
drag name. No, Sam's drag name.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage. Pissing
I'm
Spider-Man.
really upset about the gentrification of chat here. Says to. Oh,
Oh,
donate to
Sam,
mine.
are these your pro gamer strats?
Pro
Using
gamer
water to
Yeah, baby.
before?
Now I've
Oh,
lost
mate.
where's my ladder? Right,
Dunno,
water.
mate.
Stop
Tim's
pushing.
in mean mode, I see. Says Moose.
Yeah.
Big
Yeah.
boy man.
Well,
he's a big
because he's
boy
trying to
man.
upstate. We're just having a quiet little lovely stream, and then he's like, I'm going to throw my chat dick
Oh,
around.
but all of the new
And he-
people haven't heard all the puppy chat. And
Oh
seen all the
yeah,
pictures
you
of
guys,
Bailey,
you guys
so-
missed out on pictures
Oh,
of
so
dogs
much puppy
and new
chat.
puppies being bought, not by us, by Annie and Sam.
I thought you
but
were saying new puppies being born. There were puppies being born.
born live on the stream.
Anyone who's
Yeah.
oh, you've got another donation. You're at 1,050.
Oh wow.
What? Oh,
my
come
God.
If someone
on,
donated.
you
That's okay.
guys.
You guys.
You
You
guys.
guys.
Oh, you
Guys.
big, you big stinky little man.
Oh.
We're sorry we called you a stinky little man, everyone.
Yeah. Yeah,
Nobody
and just to be
knows.
clear, that's a reference to a song. Gendering is very much out of the
Yeah,
out of
that's
the
true.
equation with that phraseology.
It's true. It's a rough phrase to be
It's
thrown
like-
around,
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah. I suppose it's now fallen into the category of like, oh come on, guys, you know,
Yeah.
it is absolutely a gendered phrase, but it's
Well,
hope.
I get that
Hopefully
every
we
now,
can be on.
people bring that up every now and then. They're like, "Oh, when I say guys or boys, I mean everyone." It's like, what,
Yeah.
does it matter what you mean sometimes?
Or
Because
one might just call like a group of men chicks, like, hey chicks, and it's like,
Hey,
oh, I
babes.
just mean everyone. Hey babes.
Yeah.
Wasn't there someone on Big Brother who did that once? They called everyone chicken.
Oh,
that's
but
pretty. That's a
chicken's lovely.
northern thing,
That
though,
was
isn't
me.
it?
Come on, chicken.
yeah,
that
okay.
was Annie.
Yeah, that was me.
Annie was on when you were on Big Brother.
Yeah, I went on Big Brother.
I used to work with
and-
someone who was
I'm
on
gonna
South
go
African
do another
Big Brother.
chore. I apologise for my inability to sit still, but I've just seen that flower over there that was sent to us by Tom, and I'm realising that I promised a 3-year-old
We
a present
promised
about a month
child.
ago.
We
And I
promised
still
a
haven't
child.
sent it. So I'm going to go and
We made promises to some
we
children
made
that
a
we
promise
haven't kept.
to a child, and then we
Wow.
forgot.
So
Gender,
I mean, in
stinky
all
little man.
fairness, I was like, hey, Tom, do you want a present? And he was like, send me a balloon. And I was
Yeah.
like, I haven't got a balloon.
yeah,
I've
well,
got this other stuff. And he was like, no, I want a balloon.
Give me a balloon, up a child. I don't understand the fact
Um,
that you can't put a balloon in the post.
We can hang on. So there's a couple of questions in the chat. One thing I wanted to point out: someone says their gender is stinky little man. That's my gender now.
okay.
Someone says can we swear over here? Yes, you
Yes.
absolutely can.
Oh yeah, piss, balls, shitbag.
Yep.
Just demonstrating. I hope that was helpful.
Wizard.
Should unleashed.
Wait,
Oh, Sam, you don't know what's where's up.
I've misunderstood again.
Boy, howdy. Hot dog.
Oh, it's nice that people asked. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, good fucking job.
Good fucking job, everyone.
Johnny said foot
Wizard.
porn. You've got some...
Wizard with an asterisk eye. Wizard.
Right, there's the ladder. I built a ladder.
You're nailing some planks and you hit your thumb with a hammer. Oh, wizard! It's like you're a 1950s Boy Scout.
Write a
Perfect.
note with an apology for
Right.
the fact that we haven't sent this for a month.
Right, we're just taking a quick moment to write a small note to a 3-year-old boy.
This is the Amy and Tim Lie to Children stream.
Oh.
And you should write. My handwriting's terrible.
Oh, okay.
You can write.
This
Otherwise,
is
the
nice.
child's going
I
to
like
look at it and
this.
go, look, I've only just learned
Shall
to
I
read.
write one to Tom and one to James?
Yeah.
One to Tom with like a lie in it, and
Yeah.
then one to James
With
with
the
like,
truth.
we're sorry, we're bad people.
Yeah. To be honest, James, dealing with the 3-year-old, will just be happy that he's received something that isn't covered in jam.
Mm-hmm. So the main reason I don't want children is because I want my shit not covered in hummus and jam.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, you got really middle-class children. Like, right to the hummus.
I mean, come on, look at me. What?
True.
What
are
are they
you
going
gonna
to
have?
be?
Yeah.
Gonna be
What do
horrid
I look
little,
like?
horrid little eggs.
Horrid little Tarquins and Marmadukes, the lot of
No,
them.
they fucking won't. Not if I've got anything to do with it.
They'll be Keith,
Keith.
Dave, Frank.
Sam wants to call his Sam. Well, Sam and I aren't having children, but if we were going to have children, Sam has decided that he wants to call them Scorpion.
Just to really make sure they're bullied.
Yeah.
Just to
Absolutely.
really confirm that right up top.
Just,
'Cause you can start prepping them young.
yeah, well,
Oh
I'm
my
going to
God,
bully
look at
them.
the donations happening. Oh my
Oh,
God, more
Sam.
donations. We've got 80
Oh my
more
God, more.
pounds.
Oh, Jesus.
Is that okay?
Let's have a look.
Right,
Yeah.
look at those
Cool.
donations. Trying to be. So I'm really glad. Shell Smile says, "I'm glad to be watching this Minecraft stream while continuing to play Minecraft myself."
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're really circling the square.
Foot fetish. Foot fetish. Nice Stella Firma reference. Children are germ factories. What if you sent something to the 3-year-old with the truth and something to the adult with an elaborate lie? Says Trexel Geisman.
I like it.
Tafiera, hi Tafiera, love. I think they've already gone, but got to go play some Dungeons and Dragons. But hello and good luck on your
Dungeons and
stream.
Dragons.
Yes. Let's have a look. Lady Marion's Ground says, "Hey Tim, I just wanted to say thanks for Trexel's Guide to Nature. It's the hardest I've laughed in weeks."
Oh, that's
Aw.
gone out. Oh, sorry. No, yeah, I was thinking of some Patreon content, but yes, no, that was. I was doing a lovely walk because I've been out very little during lockdown because we're right in the centre of Brighton, so it's quite hard to get out without.
People are animals.
People are animals,
Yeah,
both
they are.
literally and figuratively. And so it's a little hard to get out. So I went out really early and walked a good chunk of the South Downs Way between Brighton and Kingston for anybody interested in looking it up on Google Maps. It's beautiful, part of the South Downs National Park Nature Reserve thing. But like it was a 4-hour walk, and I liked
Jesus.
the 4-hour walk. But you know, it's 4 hours of walking. So I did get slightly distracted and make 17 videos with lies about animals. So
Lies.
Thank you,
Excellent.
Summer Pudding. Summer Pudding's put our donate link back into the chat.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you,
Simon.
Summer Pudding.
and also thank you for the concept of summer puddings. I love an eaten mess.
Oh, I love an eaten mess.
I remember the first time
Right,
my
are you?
mum...
Hang on, are you mining without me?
Yeah.
Oh, are you fucking
Wow.
joking? I'm
What a
up
betrayal
here
of trust.
making a lovely base for us, and you're out there getting XP without me. Well, you know what? You can go suck a dick.
Yeah.
Furious.
Find a dick
Yeah,
and suck it.
fuming.
Well,
right,
I
you
know
what?
where there
You
is
can
one.
come-
I built a huge stone one up top.
You can come back here and you can build your bloody.
I'm in
What's
trouble.
it called? What's this called? I'm angry and I'm neurodivergent, so I can't do words.
What do you
Come
looking
up
for,
here
baby?
and bloody help me. Is basically what I mean to say. You're in trouble, boy.
First, help me work out how
Um,
to insult you, and then
Yeah,
come and
first
help
give me a minute so I can figure out how to insult you. I'm also
So-
making our beds separate.
So just to establish something in the chat for people. So what I was thinking of, we've done some Patreon content has been coming out with Truxell Geisman's Liefil Histories of the Earth.
Yep.
And I've just recorded a new one which will be going out at a date that I can't quite remember, near Bastille Day, if that helps.
What a weird way to say a date.
Well, I can't remember. I can't remember when Bastille Day is, but I seem to remember.
You know
it's
it
like,
is.
Oh, that's near when that is, and I can't remember the date. So if there's any, proud French nationals or
Yep.
people who just like very
Bastille.
specific French holiday, and I like Bastille Day as a holiday because it sort of it represents a kind of weird part of the French Revolution where they did something that kind of achieved almost nothing. They released 7 people. Many of whom were not like political prisoners or anything like that. They were just sort of,
Greg's prisoners.
weird people. The Marquis de Sade was nearly released during the
Oh.
storming of the Bastille, and then as you can tell, the Marquis de Sade, not a nice person.
Not
his-
not known
his
for his
name's-
loveliness.
No, his name's the actual root of the word sadism. So, when you get to define the word for what that is,
Yep.
it's bad. So, but yes, it's coming
He was
out
always
around then.
picking on little Marquis de Masso as well.
The chat is talking about the chat is
I'm not getting imprisoned until everyone acknowledges what I said.
the chat is talking about Riverpuss, and why Riverpuss is.
I don't know why either.
Oh well, maybe the chat can
Oh.
explain it to you, Tim.
Please, chat.
Yeah, I'd love to see how they tell it back as well. How I tell it, because I think when I told the story, I was also very tired, and I'm angry and neurodivergent. I can't do words. Is such a mood. Yeah.
Sam, I have no idea how you streamed for 12
24.
hours, 24
24.
hours, sorry.
24 hours.
Because I have not
yeah.
managed to sit still for
No,
the 45
you've done
minutes
2
that we've been
chores.
here. I am getting worse and worse at streaming as the streaming continues.
We're gonna have
Uh,
to.
Tim doesn't have Riverpuss law.
No, I have no idea. All I'm aware is the 2 root words. One of them's river, the other one.
If
cat.
someone doesn't explain it to you in a bit, then I'll explain it to you. But for now,
I'm so
Sam, we
hot.
are going down into the mines. Look at all this fucking stuff you've mined already without me. I'm livid. I can't believe it. Right, let's go.
If
Come
we
on.
can.
Off we go.
Yeah, but will it not be too noisy?
Not if it's all the way over there. It'll be fine.
Okay.
Well, I mean, let us know. We're going to put a fan on.
I
Reason
was also
why
extremely tired
I am
during
so
the
hot.
Riverpuss law drop.
The reason
Right.
why I'm so hot is because I didn't want to put a bra back on, so I put a hoodie on.
Yeah,
And
because we don't want to get banned
Off we
by
go.
Twitch.
I'm regretting my choices because now it's hot.
Drexel Geisman says Sam had a bunch of teenagers keeping him up all night. He was like a summer camp counselor.
You kids, come on.
I'm
Come on,
like,
kids.
come on, please, come on. Oh, Sky Eel says
The truth.
apparently Sam and Annie were kayaking or doing some kind of boat water thing,
That's correct, kayaking.
and some of the water got in the boat, and some of the water became vagina adjacent.
Which is true. And then I started
I do
calling
feel-
myself Riverpuss, and Sam, I said I had Riverpuss. I was like, oh no, I've got Riverpuss, and Sam got very upset by that. So I continued to call myself it, and that night I downloaded Steam. That's when I started. I mean, it's one of my first forays into proper gaming, and I decided to call myself Riverpuss, and it just kind of
Nice.
stuck. And just because I want to annoy the love of my life.
Riverpuss sounds
feel
like a
like
cat
you
from
may have
Cats. Reese
Told
says,
us that before when because it's the name that you use on Jackbox as well.
Yeah.
That's right.
And
yes.
in order of that story, we had a £20 donation for milk, thank you, and a £5 donation
Oh,
for jealous of the tea.
We discovered
very
on
much.
Johnny's stream that you can't expose nipples at underboob, but cleavage is okay. Social distancing summer camp, bullying Sam via Quiplash.
I needed
I
it.
like
That
the idea of playing like a game of Quiplash on a stream that people can join, and the only answer is like, Sam, you're worthless. Just, like, every
You're
answer to
absolute trash.
I
What
just-
would you call a sandwich that Nixon ate? You're worthless, Sam. You're
worthless.
trash.
You're worse than nothing. You are
You've-
a personality vacuum.
Absolutely, you've mined everything. You prick.
No, I left you the diamond,
You've
and
left me some obsidian. Thank you so much.
I didn't leave that obsidian.
Some
That was just
pity
there.
obsidian.
Where was the diamond? Where is it? Where is it, Sam?
Tell me what the diamonds.
Where is it,
Uh,
Sam?
diamonds.
Where is it?
Diamond is.
The magical
Have
Mr.
you got
Riverpuss.
changed?
Oh my god.
You
The
look like your
Riverpuss, the
character looks
Riverpuss.
different.
Yeah, and have you changed?
Annie is wearing a
Princess Peach.
Princess Peach outfit.
For
Not
Princess
anymore.
Peaches.
Oh, you've got armor and.
Oh, she's got
hat.
armor
Oh, it's
on,
the
right?
armor.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought your
Okay.
dress looked different.
Gotcha.
I wondered if you've done something with your
Riverpuss,
square
there's
hair.
Riverpuss, there's no one
You
like
should have
the
just said
Riverpuss.
we were wondering if you'd done something with your square because people know the phrase.
Have you done something with your square? This is why I need a good editor.
Yeah.
No, I don't. You know,
Always-
that's why I love
always
podcasts so much.
I
Cat
always
Bushel
over-engineer.
says, I don't know who anyone is here except for Tim Meredith. Meredith?
Hello.
Meredith.
Well,
Meredith.
Amy
Meredith.
plays #1 on the podcast instead of Fair Math.
Amy worms her way into Tim's work a lot because we live in the same flat and I get bored.
Annie played Clytemnestra Cairn, the mediator, and Sam's just some fucking guy.
Just
Some
some.
fucking
So bad.
guy
I
that I
just
happen
said-
to be with for
I
something.
just said we because we live in the same flat, not because we've been in a relationship
No.
for 7.5 years.
No,
Because we live in the same flat.
it's a little
What
worrying.
the world needs now
is living in the same flat.
is cohabitation.
It's
Oh, you
good
guys.
for spreading costs of bills, which is nice when you think about it.
Protecting
How do you-
yourself from burglars. You get a pet. La 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 la
Tim did
la.
ask me the other day if I would just replace him with a dog.
Yeah, and it took a long time for Amy to answer the question.
No, it didn't.
Yep, it did.
It didn't.
Trexel Geisman says, some fucking guy with ideas above his station.
Oh
That's
yeah.
me. That's me, baby.
Amy, Tim's flatmate. Sam is
Yeah.
a fake horse. Tim and Amy are roommate goals. I would love to live in the same flat with someone around about now. Ein Fish says, oh my god, they were roommates. Like that vibe.
Hey.
And they were roommates. Oh my god, they were roommates. Oh, I'm just eating all of your... Oh no. Oh, you're taking all that XP.
No, it's just
Right.
mining some coal.
Where are you?
I'm halfway up the ladder.
Right, where's the ladder? I've lost it.
It's in Ladder Town.
It's in Ladder
Town.
Town.
Ladder.
Ladder
Ladder
Town.
Town.
I do have ideas above my station. How there was something earlier in chat where Trexel said I lied to him. Did I? I
Yeah,
probably
you did about winning Minecraft, losing Quiplash.
Yeah.
Did I? I
Apparently
have
so,
very
babe.
little memory of that stream. I don't really things like
That was like
occasionally.
3 o'clock in the morning stuff.
It's really
So
good job that you have witnesses to
Yeah.
that stream.
Yeah.
I've
or
like-
could we tell if it ever
Oh.
really happened?
I actually, it's all on YouTube now. I uploaded the whole thing to YouTube.
Sorry, I just saw Annie go zooming past.
yeah, I fell. So I'm flying instead. There we go.
Oh, it's snowing now. You can see if you get one column of snow. You can see the weird way that snow works in Minecraft,
Why does snow go
and it does not look
sideways?
good.
No, no.
It's
No,
raining
it's this-
sideways.
It's an aesthetic.
Sam explained
Where's
to
your
us-
umbrella? Upside down, 2 miles away.
Wait.
Sam explained to us in the park today about why gravity would not work if the Earth was flat.
It
Yeah,
was great.
It was really interesting.
It was really good, and I'd never thought of it. It was good information.
Would you-
Information. I felt informed by the information.
information.
Yeah. Hi. Let's get information so we're an informed nation. Yeah.
Oh,
Stop.
nice.
Okay.
You sound like a PSA.
Hi. I'm Trexel Geisman, talking on behalf of United Colonialism, and I think that we should.
Get more information.
You
Yeah.
told me I lost, says Trexel Geisman. You told me I lost, and then I watched it back and I won it 3 times consecutively.
Liar.
Oh, Sam, you
Here's-
Is Sam a
asshole.
liar, or was Sam just delirious?
Here's the thing.
Here's the thing. Here's
The
some
truth-
lies. But go on, Sam.
The
Go on.
truth
He said
is a subjective.
Scratching the back of his head, which really shows that he's telling the,
The truth is what we make of it.
Sure.
So-
Says the liar.
Oh,
And
Valentina's
what you made
getting...
of it was a big part of lies.
A load of lies stacked up on each other with flying buttress lies to hold up the first
Sorry,
shitty lies.
Fresh beans. I don't know what the context with this, but it's just bushel, and I don't know what was said or what was confused, but I just enjoyed that as an isolated event.
Oh, bushel.
I find it very strange being on a stream and not being able to see the chat.
You can.
Yeah,
No,
sorry,
I
I'm
can't.
on
My
chat.
eyesight's too bad.
Get it on
Valentina
you.
It's not my
is
job, it's
getting...
not my stream.
Valentina is said, I'm getting my diploma tomorrow and I'm preparing emotionally by watching Trexel attempt to remotely conduct a hit on Sam for Quiplash crimes.
Mhm.
So, well, congratulations, Valentina, on your diploma tomorrow.
Congrats.
Let me check up on chat 1 second. Oh, Bushel.
What am I doing? I came up here to do something.
Gravity would work. Here says,
Oh, we've-
Indrid says, like, gravity would
frozen.
work because if you have a plate, then things still fall on it normal. Checkmate.
Yeah. No. Gravity would.
Sam,
Yeah.
we've frozen. We've frozen.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. You back?
I like the fact that I thought Amy
that
and
work?
Tim were just staying very still.
Oh, there we go.
Have you seen me for the rest of this stream? I have no ability to stay still at all.
Oh, we were back for a moment.
And then it's
and now
gone
we're
again.
frozen again. Oh, Zoom.
Zoom, you little shit.
You Zoom.
They're back. Tired Nade is going. Bye, Tired Nade. Amy, you've been called the Merediths are frozen. Have they gone?
Meredith, I am not a
No,
Meredith.
they-
I know, yeah. It said the
Oh.
Merediths are frozen. I was like, oh.
Proud
Meredith.
Dickinson.
Stop stroking.
Right,
Didn't
there we
mean
go.
to do it. I didn't mean to. It was an accident.
I am not a Meredith.
No, you're Dickinson.
Amy is a Dickinson. Yes, I
A
am.
proud Dickinson.
A proud Dickinson.
It keeps
I did
happening-
not live with all the horrible nicknames that surname gave me to give it up to be a Meredith.
Sky Eel says that Zoom sounds like a fake future swear. like wizard.
Ah,
Zooms.
Why did you move it away again?
I don't know, because all of the freezing started when I moved that over here, and I've no idea if that actually has anything to do with the issue.
I don't
I'm
know.
going to change things back to how they were, because I'm not
Okay,
controlling
sorry,
any
guys,
of this
I can't
software.
See what you're writing anymore.
You're welcome, Matty.
Amy is 3 levels beyond Meredith.
You're welcome, Indrid.
An icon. Thank you.
Tell you what, Amy.
Aw.
Here's a tablet.
Assistive technology, guys.
I'm going to log into Twitch on this tablet, and then you can hold it close to you so you can see the chat, and then we can all take
I'm
part
so
together
excited
as
about
friends.
all the fancy tech I'm going to get when I go back to uni.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
really
boy.
looking forward to us spending a bit more money on our stream so that we're not kind of like, because right now I have headphones plugged into Sam's computer so I can hear Amy and Tim, but I can't hear my own computer. And also, I think we're all forgetting that I'm also playing Minecraft, but no one
Yeah,
can see
we're
my
just
screen.
Off in
So
the distance.
I'm really looking forward to when we have like a capture card and, you know, like technology
that
so we
jazz.
can stream properly. I'm
I
very
think
much looking forward to that.
you could screen share with Sam, and he can
Yeah.
plug it into OBS somehow. I think there is a workaround.
There probably is.
We
That
are
sounds
at the
too
moment
late.
working on getting
Hmm.
a proper green screen in here. That's the first
Ooh.
job. Yeah.
Meredith Dickinson sounds like a cool feminist detective.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In
it
a time
does
slightly before
actually.
women could do that.
I'm
I
Meredith
have-
Dickinson. I'm here to blow this case wide open.
I have often thought that it would be cool to if I wrote anything, it would
It'd be a
Tim
good
Tim
pen name.
Tim Dickinson Meredith would be like a better author's name
Mhm.
than like Tim Meredith. It has something of the Dick King Smith about it, it's just a bit of a chunkier name.
Donations are going up, honey.
Oh my god, are they?
1,220. Oh, Kato's here. Hi, Kato. Let me have a look.
Kato, aka Kato. That
Yeah, let me just read out the donations. So we've had Project Sloth Cafe has donated £5, Anonymous donated £10, Jealous of the Teas donated £5, Milt has donated 20, Shell Smiles has donated 15, Lady Marion's something has donated £5 saying mine does such crucial work for so many people, thank you for supporting it. A Fitzling Plain has donated £10, mine is awesome and has supported me a lot already.
Oh.
Happy to throw some money their way while watching Dicking Around on Minecraft. Laz Galendale has donated £20. Anonymous has donated £20 for the good cause and the good chats. That reminds me of the good doggo. Jester has
It
donated
reminds me
£20
of,
saying Mine Time. Excited to watch some Minecraft. I hope you enjoy the McGuffin and Co raid. So many people have said, oh my god, there's more. Elliot £10, Tafieras £20. Tafieras donated £20 again.
Tafiera.
they
That's like
donated-
the fourth
They
donation,
donated
I
4
think.
times now, yeah.
That's amazing.
My pet is a kaiju, £10. Cat-sized dragon, £10. No room for snacks. Murray, £20. Anonymous, £10. Great cause. Anonymous, £10. You guys are amazing. Oh my goodness, I'm just so overwhelmed with how
Bunch of fucking damas, I love you.
lovely you are. Thank you so
Bunch of
much.
fucking damas.
Oh, finally the good chats and the good doggo both came from me, from Adult Jupiter. Yay! Accidentally hit Anonymous. All right, see you later, Linjamin, and see you later, Jealous of the Tea. Thank you so much. You are absolute gems. Thank you so much for donating. Oh, how lovely is that, honey? That's so nice. And considering, that wasn't our intention for tonight. Our intention for tonight was to
Yeah.
just get on stream and just have a bit of
Mess
chill with Amy and
around.
Tim. And if people turn up, then great. And we've just raised another 200 quid for mine. So
There you go.
that's really nice.
All because of
What
fucking
was that?
Johnny Big Streams, the prick.
Yeah.
That TV show that had the theme tune that was like in a dark house.
Oh, the skeletons, Funny Bones.
Skeletons, Funny
Yeah, that's what that
Bones.
reminds me of when you say good, whatever.
Yeah, in the good doggo, in the good dog. Right, honey, where are you? And
I found some stuff. Do you want to mine it?
yeah, where are you?
By
Right,
the
bottom.
ladder.
I'm a doctor of cool. Want to play dice?
Game mode.
That's
Creative.
Where
I'm
did
gonna
that
come.
come from?
Fly
I don't
down
know.
to you.
It's a phrase I like.
It's
from,
not a phrase you like. It's from Dead
from-
Authors
There you are.
I was
podcast, but I thought you'd seen
literally-
it somewhere.
I was midway through the sentence from Dead Authors podcast where he
Tim,
said,
it's from
"No,
Dead
you're
Authors
not."
Podcast. I think you're punished from Dead Authors podcast.
To
Tim.
Tim, please don't try and steal phrases.
Tim,
Thank you.
Yeah.
actually, I think you're punished from Dead Authors podcast.
You should all listen to the Dead Authors podcast. It's great.
Dead Authors Podcast. Do you know what I need
Did you
in
see
my
that
life?
Johnny Big Streams plugged your info under enemies?
Oh, did he?
What
He'll
I
get
need,
his.
and maybe chat can recommend some to me, is some good podcasts for neurodivergent people and for queer people. I am all about linking in with my communities, and that has to say, in terms of the neurodivergent thing, that definitely came from the stream that we did recently, where everyone was like, "Hi, also neurodivergent." I was like, "Oh my god, I'm so nice to so excited and so nice to meet you." So I'm hoping that they can offer me some good podcasts. Let's have a look.
Get them to tweet you. Tell them your Twitter.
Yeah,
and get them
tweet
to
me. I'll
tweet
put it.
you.
This is
Yeah.
one of the few occasions when she'd like you to at her.
Yeah, definitely. So my Twitter is @RealAnnieHarris. I'm not there very much, but please do tweet me good podcasts. Penumbra podcast is so queer. The Penumbra podcast is so queer. Stella Firma is a great podcast for queer neurodivergent queer people. Have you
Is
heard
it?
of them, Mark? Is that a
Oh,
Mark?
that's good to know.
That's a good. That's I think you
It's
should
one of
make
those
that
things-
headline.
Alex,
That's really great.
Alex, the guy who runs Rusty Quill, often says that it's sort of nice and also a little bit alarming that the policy of the podcast is to try and give at least a little bit of a shit about some like basic fundamental human rights, and therefore we're leading light in terms of trans rights and gendering and things like that. It's like, oh, because the bar is so low.
So
painfully low.
Well,
Yeah.
we've tripped over the bar by like asking people what pronouns they'd like to use and trying to stick to them. It's
God,
like, oh wow,
What
okay.
rule breakers? What innovators you
Yeah.
are?
But you
Also, I
should
mean,
still.
it's-
But still, that doesn't mean you shouldn't be proud of it.
Oh, I'm proud of
Yeah.
it, but you know, I've got it mixed in with my general randomized guilt as well because.
Oh
why
yeah,
not?
yeah. You should
know,
keep
why
the
not?
guilt, but be
Keep the
proud of
guilt.
the good things.
It's like coming from when I met Sam, like coming from a few really toxic and kind of just really awful relationships, and Sam
Just
was like,
getting it over that low bar there, Sam.
yeah, well, yeah. Sam was like, "Can I make you
Oh.
breakfast in bed?" And I was like,
What is
sure,
this?
okay. I don't
What's
deserve
the
it, but
catch?"
whatever."
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
no.
What do I have to do to deserve this? He's like, "Because you're my girlfriend." Like, it was a bit of a shock, but yeah, it's like the bar is set low, but people are fucking trash. So
it's
Oh,
really.
I do like this one from Juanita. The bar is underground and most people are ready to dig.
That's amazing.
Too true. Sad but true.
Now let's all reflect.
listen, you have a character that uses they them, and it's rare. The bar is agonizingly low. If you put what I said as a headline, it's going to look mighty
few
suspicious
they
as
them,
my
isn't
steamer.
There's quite a few they them characters.
Yeah, yeah.
Standards are they them.
Well, I did have a bit of an idea of because David is sort of slightly, his gender is David, and I end up, because from the start I referred to David as he, because I've got Ben sitting in front of me who is very much a he.
It's your brother
People
that
have-
you've known
but
your
then-
whole life
yeah,
as well. It's, yeah.
But then we are sort of, David refers to himself as his gender being David a couple of times, and that sort of takes on. So I suppose it's one of those like he's a he/they character. I suppose.
Someone's just said it's space. Why do we need gender? And that's kind of the like standards don't have
Yeah, 'cause
gender.
why
That's
would
why
they?
they're referred to as they them because
Yeah. What would
there's no
be there?
need for gender for them.
We grow people in vats. It's not.
it's,
It's not about procreation.
it's not it's not an experiment in what new rights can we give to people. It's
No, because the thing is, like, the other thing is,
We'll take
There-
your rights, whoever you are.
there can't be
Hail
like
aboard.
yeah, exactly. There can't be a chill, nice reason for there to be like, you know, respecting people's gender rights, because like Stella Firma are the worst kind of corporate bastards.
Yeah.
They'll only do it because it happens to be good for them. It won't be because like they're really cool about it.
mhm.
So yeah, it's all just sort of happened by accident.
Been just chilling and mining over here. What about you? What are you up to, baby?
I'm just marking up some tunnels in case you want to come mine them.
Oh, where are you? wanna do that.
I'm at the end of the
Tunnel?
chasm.
Chasm.
Thank you.
There you go.
I couldn't remember the word chasm.
Welcome to not being able to find your words.com.
I get it when I get migraines. I get nominative aphasia, and I can't remember the names of anything.
Good phrase.
Yeah, it's a great phrase.
What's those? Because there's two. Because I read the man who mistook his wife for a hat.
Oh, yeah.
Oliver Sacks book, and there is it phasia, and there's another one, and it's like, Tim half remembers a fact.
Aphasia?
Yeah, it's like there's like aphasia and dephasia. There's a few different
Yeah.
phasias,
Oh right, I
And
don't
it's-
know any others.
and it's like the Latin suffixes
Mhm.
that sort of like it means you can't or you do or it what you know it's those
Yeah.
sorts of delineations of different issues.
Oh
And I
right.
always forget how they work.
Aphasia is speech issues.
So if you
how
go
do
up,
I? Sorry, can I? I'm just going to teleport to you because
Okay.
I'm struggling to find you. Is it TP at Riverpuss2 at real?
you don't need the at. If you're doing users, you can just
Oh,
do.
so I just do TP Riverpuss2 a real horse. Yeah.
Yep.
Great. Hi.
Hola, chica.
Hello, lovely.
What are neopronouns?
Yeah, let's have a chat about this. I've heard the
Is it
phrase
like
used a couple of
Zer?
times. Yes, I was going to say. I think it's the Z pronouns.
I was thinking about this the other day.
And
The-
you're going to come out strongly against it. Wow, weird stance from Sam.
Wow,
but,
gosh, what a weird
sorry,
stance to
Sam.
take.
I don't know why you've
No,
done
no,
this,
no.
Sam.
No, I will not be painted as a turf.
You
Well,
tried
I
to
mean, you
paint
did
me as a
write
racist
style.
earlier on. I'm sorry, but if
So-
anyone's getting painted as anything, you're getting painted as a turf,
Yeah.
and I'll be glad
Yeah.
of it.
I was thinking that what would be helpful, especially on the internet, is having convenient abbreviations for pronouns, right? Because the problem is that I think people are like, this is to help people who aren't into it and aren't like thinking about it
Aware.
properly, aren't
Yeah.
aware, is that if there were like short phrases that you could tell people's pronouns from, like ASL and BRB, you know, these little things that were where
What's
if
your
you
pronoun?
could
Acronym.
if you could,
WYP.
well, if you could condense
Oh, by the way,
he,
sorry.
him, she, her, they, them into a shorter thing.
Like, just build some, like, broader categorization.
Yeah, but then also that doesn't leave much space
that-
for
would that
people
just-
with more complex
Yeah.
categorizations.
And also, wouldn't that
So
make wouldn't broader categorization make things more complex, or sort of just going backwards in terms
it,
of
do,
doing
it does
that.
a bit. I was just thinking
Is
that if you had it like, you could have, if they were short enough, you could put them before or after people's usernames in chat, right?
They
And
do. They do, though, don't they? Yeah, because it's like, they, you know, your name, he, him. Like, he, him isn't that long.
no, it isn't.
Five
It
characters.
isn't. It's true. But once if it gets
He's,
much more than that, then I think people are gonna balk
I'm
at the
gonna
sort of
change
the real
my-
estate that it takes
yeah.
up.
Um,
I also think that yes, it's perfectly reasonable for chat systems to just put people's pronouns in
Yeah.
brackets after them, so people know how to refer to them. That
everyone's
would also
saying
do it.
basically neopronouns are any pronouns that aren't he, they, or she.
Right.
So
Okay.
Yeah.
All of the, you know, I was about to say all of the new ones. Like, well, yeah, Tim. Hence the word neo.
Neo,
in
yeah.
that,
They really, they put it right out in front there.
I just said something back as if it was important when it was what was already said.
It's okay. Now, where was this? I found a tunnel and now I've lost it again. Is it this way? You follow me, baby?
oh, that sounds really nice. And Skyhill says it'd be so nice if we could get a thing where you hover over a username and it displays the pronouns.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That'd be good.
That'd be really
lovely.
easy for Twitch to do that. You can do that in CSS or you could do it in JavaScript.
Could you do it in real life? You just sort of hover your hand over someone's face. and
Yes,
it
it's called a
displays little
conversation,
box.
Tim.
No,
It's called-
that requires engaging with someone. I
I,
want it
um,
so I can do it without having to speak to them.
I have,
Just-
I have a cousin who's transgender, and I have never ever had so much respect for my grandparents as my nan sitting and having
Yes.
these conversations with us at the table. She's like, I don't understand any of it. Just tell me what the right thing to say is, and I will say it.
Which is,
Aw.
you know,
She's so good.
When
She's
somebody
so
Trying.
good.
yeah.
yeah, what, like, how old's your nan?
Oh, in her 80s.
Yeah, so it's like, that's about, unless you happen to have a nan that was also a civil rights activist in the 60s, that's about the
Yeah.
tippy top you can expect.
You can-
She's the
yeah,
fucking
that's
best,
pretty
though.
much
when
the
I,
best.
when my mental health
this
was
way,
really
baby.
bad, I was living with my parents. It was a really contentious issue because they had a lot of denial around the fact that I had mental health issues. And I sat at the table with my nan and my mum one night, and my nan was just like, "So, how are you? Like, really, how are you?" And I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, Nan,
Thanks,
you've
Nan. What an
actually
ally.
asked me." She's so great.
Betzel Chompy says I should make myself some pronoun badges.
Yeah, Hank. So
Ooh.
someone said it would be funny if there was definitely not a tree. Says it would be funny if there was an option for this user has no idea.
yeah.
Pins. So
Just-
Skyhill says pins. Sootmegs on Etsy. One of my friends runs Sootmegs, which is that company that started doing the badges with like the disability
Mhm.
speech bubbles on it.
Mhm.
And they have pronoun badges, I think.
Brighton Library, the Jubilee Library in Brighton, has a big tub full of pronoun badges
Oh,
at the
nice.
entrance,
nice.
and you can just
The
go and take them.
caves up here, baby.
They're
Yeah,
great in
teleport.
Jubilee Library.
Good library.
Oh, hello.
We're going to do a quick viral marketing for Jubilee Library.
I love
Brighton.
my local library. It's brilliant.
Oh my! Sorry, we were just on the inside Riverpuss's face.
Yeah, it's weird though, isn't it?
Riverpuss, have a look at the inside of my Riverpuss.
Oh, Annie.
Oh.
Oh, Annie.
Oh,
Stop
Annie,
it,
no.
please.
Annie, please. I have
Please.
ears. I don't need to tear them out. Come
We
on,
say
Annie,
that
please.
to Bailey quite a lot. We just go, Bailey, please, Bailey,
Please, shut
do-
the fuck up, you
please,
delightful
Bailey.
bastard.
I know Stream loves Bailey, and rightfully so. He's an adorable boy, but
Ah.
he is he's a naughty boy. Sam, why don't you tell Stream what Bailey did to some people on the beach yesterday or the other day?
Killed them dead.
Kill them dead.
Right,
It was an executioner. He's a
double shot
he's
to
a
the head
hitman for the mob.
to make sure.
He does his job clean and no witnesses.
Sam,
Yeah.
tell them the
No-
story.
No
Annie,
fingerprints.
sorry, can I interrupt everyone? Annie,
Yeah.
what was the name of the Etsy shop that you said? 'Cause someone's
Soot
asking
Megs.
for it.
Soot Meg. So hang on, I'll put it in the chat. One sec.
Thank you.
Soot
Bailey
Megs.
is a dog that we look after who was on the
There you go.
stream. I did a 24-hour stream a couple
Good
of weeks
content.
ago. And Bailey was there. Bailey was the star. I was
Bailey
awake
raised
for
more
24 hours,
money
but
for
Bailey
mine,
raised
so-
more money than I did.
Yeah,
so
than I think I ever have.
I mean, to be fair, Bailey's great and Sam's, fine.
trash.
Mediocre.
A big
Well,
bin full
yeah.
of sick.
If I could marry
I mean-
Bailey and
Why
not
are
Sam,
we
I
being
would.
so mean to Sam?
Because I'm
He's a turf,
trash.
we've established.
As a
Sorry.
mental health worker, I feel like I can't.
Sorry, Sam's not a turf. I feel really bad about
I
this.
can't advocate. I can advocate you guys. You guys be mean to him until he starts saying it himself, and then it's like,
Oh no, oh, honey, no.
This isn't okay.
No, I'm
Yeah,
fine.
but oh yeah, no, I am the worst. Nope,
am
too
the
far.
I think we all. Some people should think of themselves as being the worst a little bit more.
Guy's in the chat
So
just
true.
says England boy is a worthless husk.
Yeah. England boys are worthless.
What did
husk.
Indrid? Oh, Indrid, if you're still here, can you say that thing that made me piss myself laughing about Maurice?
So what Bailey did on the beach?
Oh, yes.
Well, I still haven't told anyone about what Bailey
Tell
did
the
on the beach.
story.
Bailey went up to some people who were having a picnic,
Stop delaying and tell us the story, Sam.
and they were eating their picnic and their delicious food. And Bailey came up and went, "Do you know what this would be a good time for? Is to do a piss.
Yeah.
I should piss on this.
Do a big old gentleman slash.
A big old wee wee. Jail to Sam for 1,000 years. Damn it.
So Bailey, what did he do?
He peed on the picnic.
Did a little wee wee on the
he's,
picnic?
he's the Hove picnic pisser.
He tried to be a big angry bee.
Even today, like in the park, he really likes to find the trees that are right next to someone to have a waz on.
While maintaining furious eye contact. I think he's trying to assert dominance of some kind.
Yeah.
Which is weird because he's the most submissive dog I've ever seen.
A dog rolled over to Bailey, and I felt embarrassed.
I
for
know.
it.
I was like, why would you bottom for Bailey? That's like
Yeah.
really embarrassing. It's like bottoming for like a bit of feather boa. Just like, why would you do that?
Oh, it would feel nice though.
Yeah, that's
Sorry.
true. Oh no, Bailey, no. Peaknik says list sexual.
piss Nick.
Pissnik, there we
Peak.
go.
Excuse
Still,
me, but the
Trexel
introduce
Geisman
this-
says still a better and more polite man than Sam has ever been.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, on the warpath for Sam. Sorry, Sam. We
No, I
didn't
get
mean
it.
to.
I'll
you
take it.
invited Us, you invited. No, yeah, you're bottoming for the Twitch chat.
I'm trying to sneak
Uh.
through the nether wart, but I'm dummy thick and the clap of my ass cheeks keeps alerting Maurice.
that was it.
Oh god.
What is that an original? What is the original source material for that?
It's
So
that
can I tell?
Cthulhu-
Could I tell a story
Yes,
for
please.
once in this stream, please? Thank
Oh.
you.
I'm gonna, not that I don't love your stories, Annie, but I'm gonna go and brush my teeth because I'm very aware that I
Oh.
have to work tomorrow, and
Yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna
fine.
just
We need to leave
fail.
soonish. So apparently it's a Cthulhu reference, but we were playing around in our hydroponic basement where we grow mushrooms and netherwort, and I think I just said that I was jumping through the netherwort and that I was really thick and I was crushing all of his netherwort or something. And Indrid wrote that, and it just made me like absolutely lose my shit. I think it was late at night, wasn't it? It was
Mhm.
like 10 or 11 o'clock at night. And I was so tired, and having had Bailey with me all day and just like on my own, just feeling completely just at the end of my rope. And then Indrid wrote that in the chat, and I completely lost my shit.
good
I
stuff.
could not
It's good
stop
stuff.
laughing. I think Indrid was very proud of themselves.
There's just a real good collection. The dummy thick, the ass clapping. The fact that it's got a pluggable in ad edition. You just apply it to anything, and it's alerted. Topic of the day, and it's alerted the current trade negotiations. You could just drop it in for any sort of satire you want to do.
Mhm.
I'm dummy thick in the trade delegation. Here's the cap of my ass.
It works.
Hashtag price of copper.
Am I right,
Oh my
guys?
God.
Yeah. Oh,
Made
hashtag
me
pork futures.
Valentina says, I'm personally haunted by the horrific moment in Portal when I got distracted by Jar Jar Binks and Sam looked down to chat and there was hideous things being said about Jar Jar.
Yeah, that
What
was.
were you saying about Jar Jar?
I can't.
Yes, Sam. What did you do?
I
about
didn't.
Jar Jar?
I didn't know anything about Jar Jar. I just like.
Say so.
I was sort of drifting off as I frequently did in my
Yeah.
my sleep deprived stupor, and then looked down at chat, and it was just all this like Jar Jar sex stuff.
Oh no, that's
It
what
was-
you need a
You
mod.
guys.
Yeah.
That's why you
You
need a mod.
guys. Oh, right. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I just thought I'd come and teleport to you because I didn't know where you were. Did you make some tunnels?
No, I'm just I'm lighting up the rest of the chasm.
Okay.
Hang
Cool.
on. I'm trying to visit Durham, but I'm dummy thick, and the clap of my ass cheeks keeps alerting the press. Also, this
Super.
sexual can't wait for people to pay Tim to do a version as Trexel in the vents. Oh, what? I'm so like I'm crawling through the vents, but I'm dummy thick, and the clap of my ass keeps alerting the board.
There we go. Give the people what they want,
Nice.
Give the
Meredith.
people what they want.
Nice. You're such a good person.
Who?
You.
What has happened to this chat? Ah,
Like, there's 4 people on the chat, and also streamers. What?
there we go.
Am I a good person?
Am I a good
Everyone
person?
says I screamed out loud. Thank you, Timothy. Oh my God, everyone's
Oh,
losing their shit, Tim.
What did you do?
Oh, I just did the clap of the ass thing, but in a Trexel voice.
Oh,
with
okay.
Trexel.
You
wow,
should make people
the
pay for that.
dismissiveness.
Okay.
I was like,
Oh, wow.
I thought it was
Well,
something
if
good.
If everybody really liked it, then they can send me
Donate
some.
£1 to the Mind Fund.
Yeah,
that's
donate
going
a
at the
pound
bottom
to the
of the
Mind
screen.
Fund. There you
Yeah.
go.
That sounds nice.
Because often when we're doing a stream, the reason I say this, Annie and Sam, is because if we're doing a stream with Ben and Tim, they're not meant to say things in character voices because people pay for that on our charity live stream for Mind.
Understood.
Oh yeah, I mean, sure, it was a very.
I mean, you do not more David things than Trexel things.
Wow.
to be honest.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, no, because you say things in Trexel voice a lot, whereas
So
Ben
saying I've
doesn't.
devalued the pound.
You have just slightly.
Yeah, wow, that was savage.
It's Amy's nighttime med check. If you take nighttime meds, please take them.
Aw.
Oh, that's good.
I got my antidepressant out and dropped it on the floor.
I don't take
I
any
found
nighttime
it
meds at
again.
the moment. I'm
You're a morning girl.
I'm a morning girl. Yeah. I'm
Unlike the time when I actually dropped one on the floor and I thought I'd taken it and then I hadn't, and I was like, Tim, I found this pill on the floor. Should I swallow it?
And yeah, like, what am I supposed to say? I don't fucking know.
when I
if
was
you-
in university, this is a fun story for everyone. That I just feel like I'm just gonna get real with you guys now. Real. So I went to university at 18, and one of the first things I saw in my student union was a poster saying you should come to the nurse's office and you can self-check for chlamydia. And I was like, cool. I've come from the countryside and I've never had an STD check, despite having sex with everyone, because that's the only thing to do in my small town. So I should
Give it a
probably
go.
do that. Obviously protected, but still, I was like, let's just go and get checked up. And it turned out that I did have chlamydia, and I was like, oh shit, okay, fine. So I was pretty pissed off about that. But obviously, 1 in 10 people get it at some point. It's fine, whatever. And then I went to the nurse's office to take the antibiotics to heal myself from the clap, and she dropped it on the floor. So, and she was like, and I was like, can we get another one? And she was like, no, that's the only one I've got. So I had to crawl around on my hands and knees for chlamydia medication.
You crawl on the floor for
Basic,
your
yeah,
chlamydia
I
medication.
did. And I
for
was like,
punishment.
this is the most horrifyingly,
Oh, I'm
like,
so sorry.
mortifying moment I've ever
Do you
had.
want me to make you feel slightly better? As a
Yes, please.
as an older teen than I would like to admit, I went to the doctors and they were doing free chlamydia tests, and I was like, oh, I should do one of these, and they were like, have you had sex? And I was like, no. And they were like, oh, honey, you're not going to need to take that test then.
But maybe I sat on a toilet.
That's how good the sex education was at my school in
Yeah.
the middle of the country.
Maybe I got it like you
Amy.
can get mono from kissing.
Yeah.
Oh, Amy.
I do also remember sitting in a sex ed chat where I presume in some way it was sponsored by Maltesers. I'm not really sure, but at some point they were like,
Maltesers, pop one up.
can you get an STD from a Malteser or something like that? I don't know why this was in there. My biology teacher was sat next to me and she just turned around and went, depends where you put the Malteser. And I don't think you
meant up the arse. No, it's not better, miss. That's not better.
The closest I ever got to something like that with one of my students was when I went to Amsterdam for my friend's wedding. And when I came back, my students were like, "Where have you been?" And I was like, "I've been to Amsterdam." And they were like, "Did you have the?" One of them, like the lad of the group, was like, "Oh, miss, did you have the full Amsterdam experience?" And I just looked at him and said absolutely nothing. And that was my downfall, dear reader. That was what I should not have done. He was like, "Oh!" So basically, then I just every time I saw him, he was just like, "You've gotten high, haven't you, miss?" I was like, "Of course I fucking have." Do you know what I mean? Like,
Just on a side note, Tretzel Geisman in chat
I was
says,
trying to avoid this.
Oh, no, don't read it
Sam.
out, Sam. Don't read
No,
it
Sam,
out.
you're giving power. I spotted that as well.
No!
we bypass this.
Chat, find that yourselves and read it
Don't
to yourselves.
you have a
Oh!
braces and
No, it wasn't braces. It was no. That's not my story to tell. I'm not
Okay.
going to tell that
No,
story.
no, that's a different story. That's a different story for
oh
another
my
Yeah.
God.
time. Hashtag goals. Is that what this is? Is that what that means? It's goals.
Can we
No, I don't think so.
take a minute to read out the donations because we are now at £1,301.
Good plan,
So
version,
we've
Annie.
gone from Project Sloth Cafe. So Indrid Mothman, yes, thanks Indrid. £10 from Indrid. Great to be watching with you all again. You're so wonderful to chill with. Indrid, you're wonderful to chill with. Trexel Geisman, you little bastard. £50. This one's for the hitman I'm
on.
hiring against Sam.
Yeah.
Yes.
Get him. Two to the
Finally.
head, one to the chest.
Indrid
Peace.
is
There's a reason why Sam's put a black curtain behind himself, so there's
Yeah.
no identical features of where he is.
And it also
Indrid-
acts as a convenient shroud for when he's dead.
Oh, can't
Indrid
wait.
has donated £1 with the caption Ash Cheeks, and Kato, aka Kato, has donated £20 saying keep Tim's Trexel voice valuable.
Clap
Oh,
that
you
thick
guys, you're
ass.
so good. You're such good eggs.
The thing is, on the live stream, if we, as and when we're now allowed to do another live stream, and there is that section, it would be the first year where the sort of show's been properly on, and it might be a thing I can do and say things as a character for charity. That'll be nice.
Oh.
Apparently we froze again.
Oh, you
Ah.
frozen
It looks like
again.
we're looking at each other
It does.
lovingly, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I
you
don't.
do.
This is.
That's
I think
lovely.
this is something I'm doing, but I can't work
Something
out
you're doing.
what it is.
We're
and
figuring it out. We're figuring it all out.
and why OBS is
Oh.
being such a
Turgid prick.
While you're figuring
Ooh.
that out, can I just have a little chuck in with the chat?
Sure.
Cat Bushel says, "Okay, I'm fucking ducking and running. Goodbye, fun raid. No room for snacks." I think they were very upset about the Trexel story. Trexel says the extra law behind this is that he asked me to wash my mouth out first and didn't have mouthwash, so I had to use vodka. Skyall says Trexel, it keeps getting worse. Summer Pudding again is putting the donation link in the chat. You're an absolute
So,
babe. Thank you so much.
Just to think, this is exactly what I was worried about when I was talking about if somebody with the name Trexel Geisman is their chat name starts saying things. Because, we all know this wasn't me, but, when this gets repeated and shared...
I'm going to change
No.
my username to Tim Meredith.
Yeah. And look, when I give a blowjob, it is clean and fresh. So
You use Listerine, don't you, Ben?
minty.
I use Listerine in this product placement. When I give a blowjob to a man at a prom, I use Listerine for that minty fresh knob.
And our and then our sponsorship suddenly goes up by
tingles.
like £1,000. It's like, thanks Listerine.
Thanks, Listerine.
Put it in
Sponsored
the
by
wiki.
Listerine. God, I wish we were sponsored by Listerine. I wish we were sponsored by anyone at this point.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know.
So-
Sponsors might have.
Listerine was a load of stuff before it was mouthwash. Like it was floor cleaner and
Oh,
different
Jesus.
cleaning solutions, and they were just like, oof, nobody seems to want this stuff. And then somebody was like, could I pretend that mouthwash is a thing that people need? And thus Listerine mouthwash was born.
Ooh, that's a lovely story. Thank you.
Could be a lie, but I heard it on, I think, QI about a decade ago.
Oh,
There's
okay.
a lot of approximate information there.
I mean, every fact from Tim is approximate. Sorry, Annie. I feel like I'm.
No, it's
venting
okay.
into
Don't worry.
something.
It's fine. It's not like it's my stream or anything. But
You knew what you were doing when you invited him here.
yeah, I know. I absolutely did it on purpose because we love you. Let's have a look at if this if this story gets repeated and shared, I will cry. Oh my god, because Indrid's adding it to the wiki. Wow.
Indrid.
Wow.
Indrid, get out of the bath.
I can
No
tell
one
more
explains
embarrassing
that
sexual
reference.
stories. Tell you what, Trexel Geisman, I'll give another embarrassing sexual story if we have an embarrassing sexual story off. How's that? Let's do that.
That's not.
Sam doesn't want to hear that about his future wife. So one embarrassing sexual story about me is that when I was at university, or just after university, I was dating a guy and I matched with him on Plenty of Fish, and we were texting for just to prove how long ago this was, the fact that we matched on Plenty of Fish.
Yeah.
And he and I were texting for about a month, sort of on
Playing
and
it
off.
cool, playing it slow.
Yeah, playing it really chill. And then we went out for dinner, and we went out for another dinner. And then after that dinner, he came back to my house, and we were about to have sex. Or we did have sex. But when we got undressed, I realised that he only had one arm. And I was like, this obviously, which is totally fine.
Yeah,
like, I'm
but it
not
hadn't come
being
up
like, oh my
until
God,
that
you've only got one
point.
arm.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. But the thing that upsets me the most is that I didn't realise that he only had one arm. Like, obviously, he never mentioned it, and it's obviously his prerogative not to. But, like, the fact that I didn't notice in pictures and on 2 dinner dates, and it took me until he took his T-shirt off to realise he only had one arm.
Yeah,
Was a subject of ridicule amongst me and my friends for a long, long time.
It would be alarming to find out at that point. Like,
Yes,
fine.
I was like, I can't believe I've been this completely oblivious to the fact that you've got an arm missing. Obviously,
It
as
would
I say,
suggest
nothing
that
wrong
you
with
weren't
that.
paying much attention.
I'm gonna check in with the chat at this point, because Summer Pudding has put, never been so glad to be entirely repressed. I'm right there with you. I may do what I used to do whenever the game Never Have I Ever came up at university, and just go to bed. I'm just gonna go to bed.
That's okay.
Oh, I love Never Have I Ever. Oh, I used to love Never Have I Ever because I got super
If I
drunk.
played Never Have I Ever at university, I was stone cold fucking sober.
Oh,
Is it
you little
quiet
cutie
farm
pie.
upbringing?
Aw.
Well, I just sort of, I never saw the joy of that particular game. I do remember in my very naive days, having just gone to university from my very small village and doing Never Have I Ever with one of my best friends who was gay. And it was like, the question was, oh, never have I ever kissed a girl? And he drank for it, and I was like, that makes no sense. And he was like, oh, honey, like,
Oh, honey.
come on.
Think it through. Think it through.
you
There it
know.
is. There it is.
At this point, though, I'd never got a bus on my own. I came from like
Is
that
that some
much
sort of teen sexual slang? Oh, mate, I got a bus last night.
No, but this is how much
You
in
wouldn't
the
believe
middle of
the
the
bus I
nowhere
had
I
yesterday.
lived as a child. I feel
Yeah.
like people like me need representing.
Ah,
I feel like people like me need sterilisation, to be honest.
oh,
Wow.
That
Damn.
is a big claim. I mean, you're making it about yourself, and that is your prerogative. But
Yeah, I hope that by the inclusion of like me, it's more of a self-deprecating thing than a
Than
sort
a
of more than a mass
eugenics.
genocide thing. Yeah.
yeah,
I also like because Tim is the only ever really serious relationship that I've had, because we
shame.
met at 20. I would have been 19, 20 when we met. And I know that there are a lot of younger people who listen to Stella Firma, and I presume listen to Magnus Archives and come on these streams and stuff. And I feel like it's really important that teenagers hear some stories of people who don't date anyone properly till they're 21 and, are
Yeah,
Aw.
you don't
less
need to
active because-
rush.
don't have all the glory stories, because I don't want anyone to go out there and feel like they need to do stuff that they're not comfortable with doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's almost like it's that opposite of that, like, sexual revolution. Everyone needed to hear that it was okay to do stuff, but now people need to hear that it's okay not to do stuff as well.
You find
Everyone's
that
been really
lovely
nice to
middle
me in the
point.
chat after I said I was self-deprecating and said that I needed sterilising. Everyone's like, oh no. Someone said, yikes. Someone said, whoa. And then other people are like, oh no, you're really lovely and really nice. Amy, you're very important. I'm jealous of people who aren't very experienced, honestly. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Amy. Oh, Amy and Tim are so lovely. You're getting lots of love today, guys.
And if you do, hold out, then the real, story, victory story you can tell is, Amy's is me. She's at parties doing never I ever.
I don't have anything to compare him to, so
Who knows? Maybe I'm the worst boyfriend ever. How would you know? How would you know? Yeah, no.
I don't. I did go on dates before I went out with you. I just didn't have a relationship with anyone until
It
I
could be a
dated you.
terrible relationship.
And even then, when me and
How
Tim
would she
started
know?
dating, as I think he's alluded to before, I was like, I give it 3 months.
Yeah,
tops.
yeah. I was not given much confidence in the relationship.
It wasn't
early on.
you.
No. But like, I know it wasn't about me, but it was also like, well, let's give it a go then.
This is like the thing where I was on my boss's PTSD workshop the other day, and she was like, the 5 pillars of PTSD are intimacy, control, security, and these other. And I was just like, yeah, okay, that's my life. Okay, I get that.
No, man.
Tim, Tim, and Indrid wants to know why you told them to get out of the bath. They're very confused.
Oh, so there is. I don't know where this is. This might be on my Twitter feed from years and years and years ago. But we used to live in a very, very small flat, and to cheer us up from living in our small flat, I bought trifle, and so we did like a video where
Let's just
we,
get out of the bath.
No, this is the pre-get out of the bath, and so we
Okay.
did a little video where I was like shockingly bringing home trifle, and Amy was acting like she was a wild animal that had like discovered some trifle. It was like trifle, and then later she was grumpy and had like stood in the bath. So there was another video where I was saying in a sort of a chiding manner that she should get out of the bath,
And I'd
then,
sort of start putting my foot out and then put
Yeah.
it back in.
and then she hissed at me. And that's it. That's the whole story.
To be honest, we used to film lots of little bits like this and just send them to my family on WhatsApp. At which
Yeah.
point they'd be like, "Are you both okay? Is everything
know
all
what?
right there?"
That video might never have made it onto the internet. That might just be like something we shared with some family and
Oh
then
my
has just
God.
lived on my phone.
A private
What
don't know why I
video that didn't make it onto the internet?
I'm
What?
gonna kill this
I don't know, I
fucking
d-
rabbit if it's the last thing I do.
Sam, leave the. Oh my God, you've just
must
been on
die.
it.
Yes, there's a lot of ace love going on in the chat, which is very true.
Gotta give that ace love.
Very true. You don't need to have any
No.
romantic or sexual relationships.
I went through.
BoJack's the only
Oh.
time I've ever really seen that, like in a thing. I'm sure it's out there.
I went through a period of what one of my singing students likes to call the year of slut. But my year of slut was like a decade of slut. But I found out that that's also very characteristic of people with neurodivergence and sort of and people with ADHD and engaging in risky behavior. And it never dawned on me at the time. I was just like, yeah, cool. I'm just going to like rebel because I hate my dad and I have massive daddy issues. So I was like, I'm just going to go and have sex with everyone. And then later on, I was like, well, I've recently received an ADHD diagnosis. So I was like, oh, right. He's like, did you engage in any risky behavior as a child? And I was like, oh, yeah. A lot of like self-damaging stuff. Or a lot of, what's not self-damaging?
Fuck it. There's a fucking
Self-destruct-
polar bear.
Destructive.
They're polar bears in Minecraft. I'm very sorry. I was interrupting you.
Annie is giving this very sort of like
Very
heartfelt- heartfelt, polar bears.
I'm so
Yeah,
sorry, Becky.
it's all right. It's fine. No problem.
Really
said-
sorry.
No, it's
She's
fine.
No, go
planning her revenge.
No, I mean, that was all I was going to say, to be honest, so it's fine. Traxel Geisman says, my year of slut is just a lifetime of slut. I've got purple hand hearts. Very, very sweet. Thank you for the validation, Reese. My year of slut. Annie, you are so valid. Oh, Matty, every time Matty says that someone's valid, I just want to hug him so much. Like, it's so nice. As someone with
think I need to go
ADHD,
to bed.
I impulse spend so much. It's a really big problem. Yes, I was awful. Like, I was really bad at impulse spending, particularly in my early 20s. Now, this is a wonderful... Grace is here. Hello. So I was self-destructive about a fucking polar bear.
I've killed and I will kill
Right,
again. Look,
I'm
a dog.
I'm gonna go. I don't know if you guys are keeping going.
I'll hang on for a few.
We're probably...
Uh,
it's 11 o'clock, so we'll probably
I-
head off in a little bit.
Yeah.
I need to practice my self-care, seeing as I have to go and help other people with their mental health tomorrow.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just going to check in with
Night-night.
chat now until the end of the night.
Mm.
Night night chat.
No, no, chat.
Night, Amy.
Night, night.
No, no, Amy.
Make sure what?
You're doing it.
Oh, take
I
off
just-
my
I just don't
headphones
want you
before
to
I try and
walk
walk away.
It has happened before that Amy has stood up and walked away with headphones on, and it does
Yeah.
yank all of the audio equipment off the desk.
Night, Amy. Everyone's saying no night. Zalia Chamera says, I'm currently trying to get an ADHD diagnosis at age 34. I'm 29. I've only just got it. So it's so nice to hear from other adults talk about their experience rather than the ADHD is just hyperactive 8-year-old boys. That is so common. Yes, that's true. It's really... I just want to prepare you for the fact I'm going to just talk a bit more now. So if you want to go find polar bears, you can, but you can mute your microphone. So...
I've been told.
Yeah. ADHD presents very differently in men and women, and doctors that don't know that can do one, basically. And ADHD in women tends to present more inattentively than hyperactively. And when I first approached my GP about getting an ADHD diagnosis, she said that she couldn't refer me because I wasn't she implied that because I wasn't male or in trouble with the law. I was like, that you know of. She's like, oh no, because you're not in trouble with the law and you're engaged and you have a degree, then basically you're managing fine, basically. And I was like, cool, thanks so much. So in the end, I had to save it. I actually managed to get a bit of money back from PIP, which is in the UK, it's the disability payment for my fibromyalgia. And I managed to get a bit of money backdated from that. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to go private, and just got the diagnosis. And it was a real relief, actually, to get it, because now it means I can get the support that I deserve and need to live a full life. And I've been trying to get by with ADHD for 29 years. And to be honest, I think I've done pretty well, considering I'm physically disabled and neurodivergent. I think I've done pretty well. So I'm very proud of myself, but I'm also looking forward to the future, because that means that I can get the support that I need. And it only means good things. But obviously there's a lot of mixed feelings around any diagnosis. Like when I had my fibromyalgia diagnosis, I got diagnosed and everyone was like, are you really sad? And I was like, to be honest, I'm really relieved, because
at least you know.
Because now I can say I've got fibromyalgia and people will know what that means. Not, oh, I'm in loads of random pain. They just kind of go, that's sad. Yeah. Now there's a name to it,
Medicine.
Yes, it's that horrible problem of, it's like, well, if it hasn't got a very specific name to it, then it's not a thing. It's like, well, why do you think that anything in nature gives a single shit about your naming system and whether or not it fits into it?
Zalia says, my GP did say that it sounds like you're just procrastinating, but I did manage to get a referral. Jesus fucking Christ.
Amy's probably mentioned this one, but she had one where she was talking to a doctor about, because she's got convergent conditions. Like, there's a few things interacting, because again, why would biology be simple? It's not simple in any other respects, so why would it be simple in its disorders? And they said, I think the phrase was, come on, how many disorders do you want? And it's like, I don't want
I don't want any of this. Yeah.
I just happen to have them, and I would like you to tell me about them because you're a fucking doctor.
Ew. That's gross.
That's gross.
Yeah. But there's a lot of that. Because a lot of doctors, and again, like, to a certain extent, like, you can understand how it's happened, especially with GPs, because their speciality is everything, and so very few of them have any kind of decent mental health training, because when they're picking from the list, for whatever reason, they don't pick that one. But it is still a duty of care, so you're trying to sort of be understanding as why things have happened, because it's not happened because everyone's an evil bastard who's out to get you.
Yeah, they're not trying to create a
destructive
problem.
Bad.
It's just a bad system that doesn't help people.
You got to blame someone. There are people involved somewhere.
My mum was a nurse and a midwife and a therapist, and her take on the thing, the reason medicine can be bad a lot of the time, was that the old doctors are training the new doctors. It's just that the new ideas aren't allowed in. So it takes a long time for anything new to get any headway, like mental health being a serious thing that has to be taken seriously. It took a long time for anyone to take it seriously, because it meant that the people who were teaching it had to die off. Before anyone could come in and say, hey, maybe we should take this seriously.
I'm glad that the chat is reflecting on all this. It's really nice that we've got this space to talk about it. I just wanted to touch in on the donations, because we've now gone up to 1366.
Oh my god.
Molietsu has donated £50. Matty has donated again £5. You guys really cheered me up. Thank you for keeping this really friendly, cozy internet space. Oh, that's what we do. That's basically all we aim to do.
When it's not yelling incoherently, it's sort of nice chats about neurodiversity.
Yeah, exactly. And then sometimes it's yelling incoherently, and sometimes it's not. And then Miria has donated £10 for all the mental health resources that will be needed after that Trexel Geisman story. And I completely agree. Let's have a look at chat. What's chat doing? I've never had a good doctor or therapist. Thank you, my autism diagnosis. Let's have a look. Wow. I used to have a therapist who said I couldn't have ADHD. I was just too smart, and so I got bored easily. And I lost trust in that one real quick. Jesus. Oh, Kerishette is here. Hello. I was diagnosed with ADHD and autism at 19. It was only because of doctor and therapist I've seen a few times suggested getting diagnosed, not a psychiatrist. My rheumatologist. Gosh. Always cozy.
Always cozy.
I literally only realised I was autistic because my mum made a joke about how I was a picky eater, so I must be autistic. That's funny, actually. I got a similar comment. My first comment I ever got about being neurodivergent was somebody. I'd been on. I used to live in Madrid. I lived in Madrid, because before I was a comedian and an improviser, I was an actor. I trained in performing at drama school, and I was on an acting job in Spain, and I lived in Madrid for a year. And I'd been on a night out, and people who I was out with wanted to go somewhere for food, and I really needed to eat, and then everyone sort of just changed their minds and wanted to go into like these big crowds and stuff, and I was just getting really pissed off and really angsty, and ended up falling out with a couple of people and going home basically. And then I was telling the story to the costume lady next day, and she was like, "Do you have ADHD?" And I was like, no, not that I'm aware of. Why? And she was like, "Oh, it's just because, my husband would do the exact same thing, and he's got really severe ADHD." And I was like, "Oh, okay." Like, it was just like a sort of a really throwaway comment, but then suddenly it was like that was the thing that sparked the
So, 'cause
creation.
it's changing short-term plans, is that?
Yeah, changing short-term plans that I'm not in control of. So like
Man.
the therapist, the psychologist, psychotherapist, no, the psychologist that diagnosed me said, how do you cope with change? And I said, well, change myself that I've instigated is absolutely fine, but change that other people have instigated is not so much. Let's have a look. It's also Kato's made a really good point. I just want to add as well, it's also a funding issue. Even with diagnosis, the resources often aren't there for you, or you can't afford the treatment. It just takes ages to get the test done because of waiting times. Socialised healthcare means investing in more in all areas of healthcare, including mental health and social care. Yeah, it's 2 years, and someone says the waiting list in France is just over 2 years. It's 2 years in the UK as well for an ADHD diagnosis.
And that whole problem with the split between physical health and mental health, despite the fact they are the same thing in most ways. But it's a bit like dentists and doctors being different groups of people for just completely random historical reasons that have no basis in fact or utility.
Yeah.
Like what? Oh, everything's a doctor unless it's your teeth.
Unless it's your teeth.
Because
And the reason that people always give is they're like, oh, because for dentists they have to be qualified in minor surgery all the time.
because we're doctors, never do that.
Well, yeah. Also, what does that have to do with anything?
Like,
So they have to work in a different building because the doctor's going to be like, surgery,
also,
gross.
Like a podiatrist is a doctor, and I know podiatrists will do minor surgery, because it's useful. But yeah, makes no sense.
It's very strange.
I was just saying, Annie, you just described that. I definitely don't think I have ADHD, because one should not diagnose oneself from afar or anything like that. But when you talk about that whole like the changing plans thing, I think Amy would attest that if there is a plan and it is changed in any way other than I have decided to change it, not a happy bunny.
It's also a very
Not
anxious thing. It's not just an ADHD thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it must be more of an anxious thing for me, but it's something I've tried to work on very hard, because I like work out what we're going to do, and then plans change as they do. The situation changes, and I find it so hard to get out of that path dependency of like, but we decided that we were doing this. Yes, but now that's impossible, Tim, and unhelpful, and will actually hurt your long-term goals.
Yes, but we decided.
But we decided that we were doing it this way at this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's more an anxiety.
I
thing
think there's often I mean it's very clear to us as like I don't like the word foursome, but as the group of friends that me, Sam,
as
Amy, and
a
Tim
sex
are,
pile.
as a sex pile that we
Let's
are.
say it,
It's very clear that me and Tim, or Tim and I, are very similar, and Amy and Sam are very similar. I think well, you and I, Tim, are just similar. We just like things to be a certain way. We like things to be organised. We like things to be like in order. So I mean, if you think you've got ADHD, then cool, do some more research. But as you said, you don't think you do. But like,
well, it also doesn't seem to negatively impact my life. So, and that's sort of the normal barrier of like, do you want to go through the pain and trouble of trying to desperately get some sort of diagnosis if it's not really affecting your life? Maybe
sure.
not bother.
Yeah, exactly. And then somebody would be like, "Oh, we've all got autism, we've all got traits, and blah blah blah," which is a whole other conversation altogether, and not one I'm going to get into now because we're getting ready to go to bed, and
it's also complicated with a capital C.
Extremely complicated, and also a very unhelpful thing to say. But we can definitely talk about that another time on a different stream, I think, because that's a really interesting thing. One of my friends is actually at the moment going through the process of an ADHD diagnosis, and I had a bit of I had like one of those chats with someone on the thread on Facebook where she was like, yeah, I think I've got ADHD. And they were like, yeah, but we all get a bit that way sometimes. And I had this one of the like super helpful comments where I was like, hi there, I'm super glad that you've said this. And then studies show that this is really unuseful for people. Like, you know, I was like overly polite to try and knock it. I wasn't just gonna be like you. And then some people were just like, you dick. And I'm like, yeah, I definitely want to say that, but also like, let's just polite the fuck. Let's like British the fuck out of this.
Because nobody was ever convinced
Sam?
by being told that they were a worthless piece of shit. As
Yeah.
much as they might be being a worthless piece of shit, it's never a good way to get somebody
Exactly.
on
Let's just British the hell out of this woman. Let's have, Sam, what the fuck are you building?
I'm trying to build a dick.
Wow.
Great.
Great.
I mean,
He's overcompensating.
I do like how much of a contrast it is between two
Wow,
things.
that is thin.
Yeah, thin, but very, very rectangular balls. Which is how,
Minecraft
as we
balls.
know, those who prefer a penis, that's how they prefer them. Thin and with rigid rectangular balls.
Pencil dick.
Texel Geisman says, what in God's name is Sam doing with the Snosis? Texel
Well,
Geisman.
This is what we always try and bring to any stream. This happens on used to happen on
Do you call
Contrived
it
and
Snow
Insufferable.
Piercer, Sam?
Nice. Is a definite contrast. It happens on Contrived and Insufferable of a contrast between very serious topics and then absolute nonsense happening right next to it. And I think there's room for that. If we can keep the tone and make sure we're respectful
Light
with
shade.
The chat has gone from talking about being diagnosed with... Did you really just?
No.
Did you just fart on stream?
Nobody
Did you hear that?
No,
one would have
come
known.
across.
Did
No
you
one would have-
fucking hear that?
No one would have known.
It was
baby.
loud. It was so loud. Oh my God.
Riding that gain knob to really keep it on the down low.
Well, what I was saying is that the chat went from talking about getting diagnosed with ADHD and autism to penis, pencil dick, did we Minecraft balls, Sam, nice, yay. That was audible, says Indrid. Thank you.
I've got a direct link and I couldn't hear it. Maybe I need to turn the volume up so I can hear every sordid detail.
Did I told chat last time about when we were at Natalie and Frank's and you farted on a leather sofa.
Why
and it was
would
like...
we bring this up? It's one of the more embarrassing things I've ever done. I was trying not to, and I laughed, and it was a leather sofa, and it did not end well. Because you shouldn't fart at other people's houses.
I mean, we were there a long time and we had eaten and drunk, so it was like, okay, fair enough. Tim
It was
needs
going to happen, and I do have like stomach problems here and there, but like you still don't want to fart on a leather sofa.
No, that was a risky. Everyone says, I didn't hear it, but glad Annie is out to call his ass out. Literally, says Sky Eel. I'm not letting you get away with farting in my presence without being, without being very apologetic about it.
You
dear.
get consent before you guff, Sam Ray.
Oh dear, what's he done?
What's it when they
Pencil
on
dick.
paintings when they say like what it's made of? What do they say?
I like oil on canvas.
Oil on canvas, but
snow, snow on ground.
it's snow on ground.
Nice.
2020.
2002.
There we go.
Before
Pencil
some
dick.
of our chat was
Sam Ray.
born, probably. Hey.
If he's your boyfriend, then why is he letting me touch his Minecraft snow penis?
Brilliant.
Definitely not a tree, thank you.
Indrid says, so yeah, neurodivergency has a lot of intricacies. Anyway, penis, balls, fart.
Both important topics.
Ah!
Both important topics.
Sky Eel says, oh, this is art.
Oh, now this.
Oh,
This is
God.
art.
Hang on, sorry. Chef kiss.
Beautiful. Oh, God. Right, it is 11:15
Yeah.
and we have a home check with the
We got to
rescue.
be bright and
We
early.
raised another 380 British pounds.
Oh,
for
God.
what? Let's read those before we leave. Let's have a look. Refresh. Milt has donated £34. Thank you so much.
Reese says maybe the real Minecraft snow penis was the friends we made along the way.
Can I pay you some amount of money so that you'll send Trexel to therapy, Tim? Says Trexel Geisman.
I mean, if I can find a therapist who's willing to come on the show, maybe we could do that. But I think it might just get quite sad quite quickly.
Yeah, I was
because
going to
he's
say I'm not doing
clearly
that.
got a lot of issues.
I was already trying to, being a mediator was enough. I think being a therapist would be even worse. Sky Yule says, "Oh, Sam and Annie, after your 24-hour stream, I went and checked out Contrived and Insufferable, and I've really enjoyed having it on constantly for a while. So thank you for making it."
It's
Aw.
good stuff, especially those episodes with the young Tim Meredith.
Don't listen to those ones;
on
they're
them.
the worst ones.
They're the awful
Listen
ones.
to them. Listen to
Aw.
them. He's a funny young man. He's got potential. I think he's going places.
I like Tim Meredith, except when he's doing any kind of speaking or movement.
Sure. And I mean, most of his work is still life oil portraits. So
You're both awful. So thank you everyone for joining us on the stream tonight. It's been really nice. Please do make sure that you follow us if you're not following us already. We hope to do more of this kind of stuff. Cozy content talking about being diagnosed with autism and then penis balls fart.
yeah, and
I think
remember,
that's-
if in doubt, build a thin snow penis.
Yeah, absolutely.
Build a thin snow penis for
Summer
the world.
Pudding says musical therapy episode, Tim. I could come back and sing at you if you want.
I mean, yeah. I mean, sure.
Yeah.
we could do that.
We could,
I'm
or,
not sure how I
or-
build it into the canon, but okay, let's do this thing. Fuck
Challenge
it.
accepted. Amazing. Oh, thank you so much everyone for coming. It was really nice to have you, and it was just nice and chill and cozy and lovely.
Yeah.
Tim and Amy and I and Sam are planning on doing some sort of stream next weekend. I think we
Some
got
sort
asked
of
to do a
fucking
we got asked to do a karaoke stream, and we got asked to do a gaming stream with all of us. So we'll sit, or like a Jackbox stream. So
We'll work it out.
yeah, Jackbox. I don't know if I'm ready to unleash my Jackbox Annie on chat
It's-
just yet.
It's very puerile. I'll give it that.
Jackbox Annie is a different Annie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She really is. Kato says singing, but it's just that scream singing that breaks glass. Thank you. All right.
And microphones.
Yeah. All right. Night, guys. Thank you so much.
Good night. Thank you.
Night.
Bye
Sleep well. Do your self care. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.